This is the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, former TNA X Division champion and former TNA World Tag Team champion, and you are listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast. Enjoy.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 48 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. Dallas, it is the June 4th, 2003 weekly pay-per-view. And by God, tonight's the night where Glen Gilberti gets an NWA World title match against Double J Jeff Jarrett. Will we have a new champion tonight? Will Disco Fever be at an all-time high? What do you think is going to happen there?
I think, Bob, that tonight is going to be Jeff Jarrett's last dance, and Glen Gilberti is going to walk out. No, I'm just fucking kidding. Are you shitting me? You can't even say that shit with a straight face. Are you kidding me? Glen Gilberti is getting a shot at the NWA Championship.
I liked how you used his finishing move as the last dance. You know damn well Tenay and Don West are probably going to say it like 5 times.
Oh, well, yeah. But I also, when you told me that was his name of his finisher before, I think I heard it on commentary. I was like, damn, I think that's a really good name for a finisher for him. So I actually really like the name of the finisher. But come on, Glen Gilberti, you fighting for the world title. If this is another instance, I think, in TNA history where if you said, hey, did you know that Glen Gilberti, Disco Inferno, had a heavyweight championship match? I'd say, you're out of your fucking mind. And then you'd be like, oh, well, it happened in 2003 in TNA. And I'd say, you're out of your fucking mind.
I don't think he even got one ever in WCW.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be shocked. And, like, so when you think about it on paper, it's kind of really surprising. Now, that being said, we've mentioned it, or at least I've mentioned it, as we've kind of gone through here, and they've done a decent job at building Gilberti as I'd say a medium threat to Jeff Jarrett. I mean, he's attacked him a few different times and unexpectedly. He's the leader of Sex, which is definitely like a C-level group at this point, but regardless. But I almost, like, this might sound bad, but I almost look at Glen Gilberti as more of a threat to Jeff Jarrett than D'Lo Brown did when he fought him for the title.
Well, I think the only reason why Gilberti could maybe be seen like that is because of the association with Sex. But then D'Lo, like, they had promised D'Lo, hey man, we got your back. But I think you're kind of right because, yeah, they spoiled the Battle Royal like result or whatever.
Yeah, that was really bad. That was really bad planning on their part for sure. And I hate when they do stuff like that in wrestling. We've just talked about it recently, even with AEW, with Orange Cassidy obviously getting a heavyweight title shot, which is like fine. But it's just like when you do stuff before the match happens, you're giving shit away, and then I'm like, pfft. Okay, well, we knew Glenn was going to win the battle, the Anarchy in the Asylum, because he attacked him before it, and he's in it.
Yeah. So there's your story, you know.
Now, if they waited till after, that's a whole different thing. Way different thing. In fact, I wouldn't have even been upset if they opened the show with the Anarchy in the Asylum instead of just doing all the bullshit qualifying matches or whatever. Or no, they didn't do qualifying matches for that one. That was for. Oh, yes, they did. They did. That's right. So if they didn't do those and even opened it with it, and then later in the show he attacked Jarrett or something, I don't know.
I would have had him. Let's say you do the Battle Royal to start the show, he wins, and then towards the end of the night he'll be like, "I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna go get him now. I won."
Exactly.
So,
but needless to say, we got a big title match. I mean, it technically has been built up for a couple weeks. I didn't say good build up, but it's been built up nonetheless. And I think, I mean, we know the Anarchy Asylum tournament is still going on, the Hard 10 tournament, which I think is some silly shit.
Yeah, it's just the Dub Cup Invitational all over again.
Which is so funny since we lived through the Dub Cup. And so, and you don't forget, if you watch the Dub Cup, you don't forget the Dub Cup.
No, you don't.
You can't forget that shit that happened.
If more people had watched this era of TNA, they would be talking about it now. But unfortunately, there's been only, on average, back even then, like about 2,000 people that ever watched it.
Essentially, yeah. Especially because we still don't know our numbers from pay-per-view 1, and we're almost a year in.
I know, isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it's really crazy. But needless to say, tonight's show should be interesting. Last week, though, we both gave it was pretty average. It wasn't that special of a show. There was a lot of not good stuff on last week's show, if I remember that correctly. Like Kid Cash and Trinity, which was a really, really bad match for Kid Cash and Trinity.
Yeah, the Styles Brown against Punk Cross match was good, right? And then they were like, "Oh, we're back to being, we're not going to be partners anymore."
Yeah. So it was a pretty good opener match, which really essentially should have been Styles and D'Lo squashing Punk and Cross, is what you would have thought looking at it on paper, at least in the time period. And I do have a note on that, so you can hold that thought for a moment. Also, BG James, he's back.
Yeah, I mean, great.
Yeah, there you go. What else happened? SATs were back last week, and I believe it was our final time seeing them here in NWA-TNA.
That kind of surprises me. I kind of thought they would be around more often, especially considering Amazing Red is a regular for a long time, and they're traveling partners.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. And I don't know what happened, because they were heavily featured for a while, and then it just kind of, they dropped off, and then it was done.
Yeah.
Then they had a match, and then they were gone for a while again. Then they turned heel for like a show. They were gone again. And I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Other things that happened, we had the Anarchy Alliance Tournament. It says listed as a quarterfinal match with Chris Harris and Chris Sabin, who replaced James Storm. I have a note on that as well. And they defeated Jerry Lynn and Just Incredible. Glen Gilberti defeated Raven.
Well, and you're forgetting that Jerry Lynn and Just Incredible, they broke up.
They broke up too. Yeah, they did. They started fighting at the end.
Yeah, because what Just Incredible was like, "I'm gonna do That's Incredible," and then they reversed it and pinned him, and Jerry Lynn was like, "What the hell are you doing? What happened?"
Yeah. And then they had a huge brawl. So actually, I wouldn't be surprised if those two faced off on this show, or at least in a week or two here.
Oh, soon enough, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Triple X defeated the SATs, Skipper and Daniels, because Loki is injured, and Gilberti defeated Raven in the main event. Which, yeah, there we go. That happened. And then BG James in his return teamed with Conan to defeat Sonny Siaki and the Sandman in an Anarchy Alliance Tournament quarterfinal match. And then I saved this one for last on purpose, Bob. Hard 10 tournament, New Jack defeated Slash. I think it's old news by the time this episode airs.
Yeah.
But we do need to mention, of course, New Jack unfortunately passed away recently due to a heart attack. Which was, Bob texted me and broke the news to me, and I was like, no way. New Jack's not dead.
Yeah, and I was very delicate about it, too. I was just like, New Jack's dead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just came right out there. And as soon as Bob texts me, I go on Twitter. I'm like, I don't believe him. So I go on Twitter. And then it's all over. I was like, holy shit, New Jack. And then literally, I think it was the day after this always happens the day after we stop recording. So, like, we'll record an episode on, like, a Wednesday or whatever, and someone dies on Thursday. And it's like, we'll talk about it next week, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And literally the day before, I was just talking about how much I've been enjoying, I say it every episode, how much I'm enjoying New Jack's time in TNA, because it's lasted probably, I don't know, I expected to see him once. And he's been almost on every show for, like, what feels like 2 months at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of shocking when you go back and look at his ECW stuff even. that anybody would have, well, not have, but I guess be comfortable having him on TV because he's a wild card. Or at least that persona. Now, I think I've seen the dark side of the ring of him. I can't remember or not. I'll have to go back and watch.
Dude, if you haven't, holy shit.
I think I have. I mean, they've been putting it on their own YouTube now. Vice has.
Yes,
so I think I'm gonna go through there and watch again, or just kind of remind myself of what the hell I may have missed. But his Smoky Mountain Wrestling stuff. I don't know if we've talked about it on this podcast or IcoPod. Probably both.
We did briefly on here because I mentioned this in the Dark Side of the Ring. They show some of his promos, and it made me want to watch Smoky Mountain. And if I'm assuming listeners of this show also know that Bob loves Smoky Mountain, or at least reviews a lot of it, and I have no interest in that. So just have New Jack cutting these promos that makes me want to watch that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good shit.
Yeah. I reviewed most of the TV. There was a guy that wrote, I think, the first 2 months. And then he just, I guess, stopped having a passion for it very quickly. So I was like, well, this was started, so I might as well finish it. So I ended up doing that. But a lot of people will remember New Jack's ECW work where he'd come out with a guitar and there'd be baby powder in it, hit somebody with it. Crowd goes nuts. He's diving off balconies and all this other stuff. And he's been doing that in TNA too. But his Smoky Mountain Wrestling stuff, which would be 94, the summer of 94 to early 95 before he goes to ECW. I don't think they're there in 93, and if they are, it's very late. But let's just say the spring or summer of 94. His promos for that time were racially driven, and being that the shows were oftentimes in Tennessee or North Carolina or Kentucky or whatever, really the crowds were prominently white. And there's been many stories where New Jack would cause riots, and people would threaten to lynch them. And this isn't even I'm not even joking, and I'm not being whatever. I mean, Cornette's talked about it, and New Jack himself in interviews, shoot interviews, whatever you want to call it, has done that. So if you go back and look at his interviews or promos, and I'm sure they're on YouTube, right? If you were to type in New Jack Smoky Mountain Wrestling, there's probably a few on there. They are very captivating. His feud with the Rock and Roll Express, Heavenly Bodies. I don't think it gets enough attention in that regard. I mentioned it on IcoPod, and I'm going to mention it here as well. When I was watching ECW, I was a fan of New Jack. He was one of the first people that I saw. It's obviously unfortunate that he passed away. But as I've mentioned, when it's Jim Neidhart or whatever, everyone comes out of the woodworks and put him over as being this phenomenal wrestler or whatever. He was not. He just dove off stuff and hit people with weapons. That's a reality. And if you go back and look at the wrestlers, when they say something about New Jack, they tend to mention a felony that he commits or a crime, and then they're just like, no, that's New Jack.
At least they're honest.
But that's just ridiculous. If you're going to do that, don't mention oh my God, yeah, so one time I was wrestling New Jack and he cut me so deep, I bled out and I almost died. But you know what? That's New Jack. What? No, that's ridiculous. Don't do that. Just be like, you know what, New Jack, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, he was ahead of the time. He knew how to get heat. Not, oh, hey. Or they'd be very vague. They'll be like, oh, man, Jerome Young, died too young, whatever. Many times you travel the roads, and boy, are there stories that I can't talk about here, but you know what? That's New Jack.
Oh, I like those ones, though.
You can't, come on.
Well, it makes you want to know, doesn't it?
Not really, because we're putting over a guy that almost killed a 16-year-old kid. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did that kid put him in the wrong? He put himself in the wrong spot doing all that? Sure. But when you find out, hey, this guy's not a worker and he's a minor, Do you proceed to just slice him up? No. And then it's like, oh, Vic Rhymes, you know, he might have blinded me or whatever, but I'm going to try to kill him too. And then there's Gypsy Joe, fucking elderly guy. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna mess you up too. Like, what are we doing?
Well, speaking of the mass transit thing, as you're talking, I'm scrolling on New Jack's, or now it's the Remembering New Jack, his Twitter page. And by the way, New Jack, you liked a lot of our tweets, so I'm really, which is actually really awesome. I thought that was the coolest shit ever. But one of the pictures was shared. It said, on November 23rd, 1996, ECW provided fans attending a house show more violence than they ever intended, and it's the mass transit incident, of course. And New Jack commented on the post and said, yeah, I did it, and like OJ, I got away with it.
You know, you see? Like, but that's New Jack.
It's New Jack, man.
Oh, come on. If Harvey, okay, the day Harvey Weinstein dies, our actors and actresses going to come out and be like, oh, Harvey used to touch my inner thigh and make me uncomfortable. But you know what? That's Harvey. No.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's the point I'm trying to make here.
Listen, I get it, but you know what? New Jack is pretty awesome.
He was in Smoky Mountain.
Hey, he's a good ass entertainer. And I his Dark Side of the Ring, man. I watched the clip because it's been getting shared around now, and it's like, how do you want to be remembered? And he said, I don't fucking care. He's like, he had 9-year-olds coming up to him saying that he's his favorite wrestler, and he said he's gonna live on forever on YouTube and all this stuff because all these crazy things he did. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's crazy to me to think that so many people know who New Jack is when he. And maybe I'm speaking wrong, so you can correct me if I'm wrong here. But he didn't really get the. He wasn't in WWE. He wasn't on WCW. He didn't get that mainstream, eyes on him. But everyone knows who New Jack is.
He never even appeared at a one night stand, right?
No, and actually, when he passed, I looked this up. I was like, is he there? I at least what I read is that he wrestled one dark match in the WWE, which even that, I meant to look at what it was. So as we're discussing, I can pull it up here. It's not even listed on here. So I guess I don't know what it was.
I think my point of this all is that we can't ignore the bad things that he's done just because he's passed away and, it's New Jack.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
But I think that's what a lot of people are doing.
That's what happens, man. And I will point your direction over to Jimmy Snuka if you'd like to know any more about people praising people that do wrong things. So,
well, that's alleged.
Well,
New Jack has his stuff on camera.
Well,
video footage.
That might be
him
true.
doing bad.
I was just pointing out someone else.
Jimmy Snuka likely did it.
I don't know, man.
Well, there's no
I'm pretty sure he did it. I'm pretty sure he did it.
He probably did.
He definitely did it.
He definitely.
Anyways, well, that was quite the opening to our show. Rest in peace, New Jack.
Of course, I'm not saying, oh, I'm glad he's dead or anything.
I know.
It twisted. I'm not gonna say I don't want anybody dead, but
I could think of a few, but not anyone we're going to talk about on this show. Anyways, Bob, are you ready to get into some news and notes here?
Hit me with your best shot,
dude.
Running away.
I got some shit today.
Oh God, is it good? Is it like haha good or like ooh no?
I don't know if it's haha or like ooh. It's not like disappointing, but it's not good. We'll get into it. Okay. First off, we'll do the poll because I always forget the poll. And I like to do that first. So, we gave it a thumbs in the middle. What do you think the readers of the Observer thought? A thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs in the middle?
I'm going to say they went thumbs up.
They actually gave it thumbs down by quite a bit, actually.
Really?
67.4% gave it a thumbs down. Only 15.2% gave it a thumbs up, and 17.4% gave it a thumbs in the middle. What do you think got voted the best match out of those ones that we just talked about?
That's a good question. I'll say the AJ Styles D'Lo tag match.
Yeah, it was. And Dave says, this is interesting because it was a squash match. It went only 4 minutes and 29 seconds, but it got voted the best. And he said that he'd agree with it because they did a fast-paced match the crowd got into in the last minute. Now, ironically, the original plan was for a local job team called the Kingpins, who do a bowler tag team gimmick, to be squashed here. But either Jarrett or Bob Ryder changed the jobber team, which ended up saving things.
Wow, okay.
And the second to that was Daniels and Skipper versus the SATs. Now, what did you think was the worst match?
Wow. I'm going to say Gilberti Raven.
It actually ended up being Kakash and Trinity. And he says, and really, that was possibly the worst match of the year. And he goes on to, and I don't think that this is a take that I don't necessarily agree with, but he says, I don't know how many horrible women's matches they're going to have before they get the clue. I don't agree with that.
Was it that bad?
Trinity botched almost every spot, I think, in that match. So
that's right. Because she was it seemed like maybe she was too amped or something.
That, and she was wearing the luchador pads. So we thought maybe the pads were throwing her off a little bit too. Okay. Now he does go on to say here in the same little section that made 4 straight bad shows, as Raven has continually emphasized the only way to make this weekly pay-per-view concept work is to have good shows almost every week. The live crowd was way down, estimated at 850, and the lines before the show were counted as roughly 1/3 of that paid. There is a lot of fingers pointing at the attendance drop. And we'll get into some more backstage stuff about that show in just a moment.
By the sounds of it, Mr. Gilberti is not a draw.
I guess that's a good way to look at it, to be honest. I mean, he's in the main event. He's your number 1 contender. People aren't going for it. And you know what? I hate to say it. The fans in there are turning on Jarrett too, though. So they want the belt on Raven. Period.
That's what it would appear. Yeah,
that's just the truth. So this is an interesting note that I did not expect to read this week. This is actually in a different section in the Observer. It's in the WJ, which is the Fighting of World Japan Pro Wrestling. It's a Japanese company. They abbreviate as WJ, though. So they announced some shows that's going on. One of the people in the company, Kenzo Suzuki, who most people probably know his name, he's going to be going on a U.S. tour, which includes appearances on the June 18th NWA-TNA Pay-Per-View. And then he makes a joke because Russo's booking, which means we'll have a sashimi on a pole match. But, that's neither here nor there. But so Kenzo Suzuki is going to be at our anniversary show, apparently.
That's roughly a year and a half before he goes to WWE?
It's something like that. I did look it up.
2000. I think he's there 2004, right?
That sounds right. I'm going to try to pull it up quick.
Because I think he teams with Rene Dupree. I think he's there like 04 and 05.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, he does have some. In 2003. I mean, it might. Let's see if it was dark match. It was a dark match.
It's probably dark matches, yeah.
It was one dark match in 2003. So technically, it's probably here in 2004. Yeah, this is when he starts being on TV and stuff like that. His first televised match appears to be on June 8th, 2004. And he defeated Scotty 2 Hotty in 2 minutes and 8 seconds on SmackDown.
Yep. I was a SmackDown guy back then, so I remember him and Rene Dupree.
Yeah, I remember Kenzo Suzuki as well, and I don't remember necessarily liking him a whole lot, but that is WWE. So, and if this
he was boring.
Okay, so at least I'm not alone there. But you know what? I'm gonna open my eyes on June 18th, our anniversary show, just 2 weeks away.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
It seems so long ago when you compare to July of 2002. Yeah,
it really does.
Who would have thought we'd make it a year?
I don't know, dude. There was a couple weeks we almost didn't, but, but we're here.
Yeah, no kidding.
We have some good news here. There's at least some preliminary negotiations going on for TV deals in the U.S. and Canada that were opened up by Brian Hughes, who was hired specifically to get a TV deal. So that's a positive.
Okay.
Even though we know that it's not going to happen for a while.
Yeah, he must not be good at his job.
No, we'll see how long he lasts.
Yeah.
Now, apparently on the May 28th show, the backstage turmoil was huge. Dave says it's so weird because there are times, I think, because it's Vince Russo and because he and Jeff Jarrett have been longtime friends, that they are working everyone. Except that it's, for the most part, only the wrestlers that talk about it. The show was more of a Russo-type show with tons of stuff and little good wrestling. I was going to say. So we had some backstage drama going on, which seems to be a trend, by the way. Now, a lot of talk regarded Raven and Jarrett. The big story after the show, almost every week, is Raven and Russo on one side and Jarrett on the other, trying to convince Dixie Carter, the daughter of the owner, that their ideas are better, and trying to rally as many people behind their respective sides and talking with her. Russo's side turns in a show on Thursday and complains that Jarrett doesn't come back with the changes until Tuesday, late at night, and Russo is too tired to argue with him. A major topic of discussion was that during the show, Conan and Ron Killings attacked Ron and Don Harris in the back of the building with loaded socks and a baseball bat. The Harris twins were back twice on the show, showing no signs of a beating and never vowing revenge, nor was the beating ever acknowledged. Don West actually brought this up before the show at a production meeting, and Jarrett said that the twins wouldn't be seen until 30 minutes after the beating. There is a feeling that because West came in less than a year ago with no product knowledge, that even though he's been a fast study, Jeff, and more so Jerry, don't take seriously his questions about the show.
So Don West would be a guy I would want to listen to.
Yeah, because guess what? Because he's got no knowledge on it. If he's even pointing this shit out, the people who do know what's going on are really going to know.
Yep. He's seeing things that people who are stuck in their ways in wrestling aren't looking for. So he's looking for continuity. Or continuity, I mean. I don't know what I just said. Continuity. That's what he's looking. That's what he's noticing. So I would definitely pay attention to what he's seeing. We didn't even technically see the Harris brothers get hit with anything. It was behind a wall.
I know.
So that was weird. And you know what? It's Raven and Russo against Jarrett. I'm going to be siding with Raven. Not necessarily Raven and Russo. I think Raven can come up with some creative ideas.
Absolutely.
So, Jarrett and the Jarrett family, I think, are kind of stuck in 1989 with some of their
I think so.
decisions. So.
Now, speaking of problems and stuff, the biggest controversy involved Raven and Jarrett. So, more Raven and Jarrett problems here. So, Raven suffered a head injury the night before working an indie match with D'Lo Brown in Oldcastle, Ontario.
I mentioned that.
Yeah. So, the injury must have been legit because several wrestlers noted the swelling he had on the left side of his head. He was complaining about it and said that he had a minor concussion and asked for his match to be delayed a week. Jarrett told him he had to suck it up, and since Jarrett had been around for so long, he probably at least considered the idea that Raven was trying to avoid doing the planned job for Glen Gilberti. Even though the finish was the return of Vince Russo as a character hitting Raven with a baseball bat. Gilberti really isn't over as a headliner, as we just mentioned. And Raven is the hottest guy in the company, but Jarrett was defending against Gilberti on the June 4th show, which we're about to watch. So Gilberti needed the boost, which I understand. But Raven was furious, and it was the talk after the show. And reportedly, Raven was throwing up during much of the week due to the concussion. Jarrett told Raven he could do a 5-minute match, but he wanted a match and wanted Gilberti over. Raven didn't want a short match because he didn't want to be in a stinker main event. So he, on his own volition, wound up in there for 15 minutes and 35 seconds. One spot where Raven would kick out of a Siakalypse was pulled from the match because Raven couldn't take the move. So if he can't take a move on his head, you think maybe probably shouldn't have a wrestling match. But there's more. Raven had won it when Sandman started whacking with the cane in the back. Had it won when then Sandman hit him. Jarrett saved Raven since at the end of their much talked about promo, Jarrett said he was going to make sure Raven was 100% when they finally had their rematch. So he was Raven's protector for now. The crowd, which wasn't into it much all night, got into the end of the match after a sluggish start. Raven told Gilberti to avoid anything to the head, and Gilberti, whose offense comes across like a prelim guy anyway, looked worse trying to be careful and worked extra light because every blow was hurting Raven bad.
Okay, so what are the chances that Conrad asks Jarrett about, hey, did you force Raven to wrestle a match hurt?
I really hope he does.
Because that's fucked up. If he has a legitimate concussion and he's telling you, hey, man, I have no problem losing to Gilberti. I just can't do it this week because I'm hurt and I'm throwing up. And Jarrett's like, well, suck it up. That's not good. That's not a good look.
Nah.
At all. So.
And I'm sure a guy who, like Raven, who's been around for a while, probably knows if he has a concussion.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And, especially if it happened the night before, you might want to kind of play that careful. But I think this also... And
he had the swelling, too.
Yeah.
On the side of his head. So.
Yeah, so it was obvious then, Now, last week during the match, this match we weren't really into. We were like, man, this is just... And, it just wasn't good. And we didn't know if it was just Gilberti in general. And not saying it would have necessarily been better if Raven was 100%, but maybe it would have been. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, knowing the context of it, and knowing that Disco is going into it probably on pins and needles, quite frankly, because he's with his friend and he doesn't want to hurt the guy more.
Yep.
That probably 100% makes a difference into the match quality. So really knowing that now, you kind of just have to throw that main event out because Raven wasn't even healthy enough to be in it. So I can't hold that against them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, we got some news, though. Speaking of all of these guys, the current plan for the anniversary show is Jarrett versus Gilberti versus Raven in a three-way.
God.
That's the current plan. We'll see what happens.
I don't think Gilberti should be in there. Not in a three-way.
I think depending what happens on the show we are about to watch is really going to determine if Gilberti ends up being in it, to be honest. If it's not clean, he's going to be in it. If Jarrett wins clean, I don't think he's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Either way, I think it's pretty solid at this point. Raven's getting a rematch at the anniversary show.
And she should go over.
Yeah. Especially because your fans are starting to turn on you because you're not listening to them.
Well, it's going to get to a point too where you're going to turn on the fans will eventually not be supportive of Raven. So you have to be careful. If you wait too long, they're going to be like whatever. But then if you give him too many title shots and he doesn't win the title, that's even worse. Because the same thing kind of happened with Goldberg. He lost the belt at Starrcade '98. But then really, if you go back and watch the Nitros in 1999, there's a stretch there where for 3 or 4 weeks straight, he's getting world title matches. And sure, it ends up being screw jobs or, multi-man matches and he's not taking the pin, but he still loses.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with how you're booking him.
Yeah.
But he should just go over and just be the champion.
Yeah. And this is not about Jarrett or Raven, but Conan is apparently working with a herniated disc in his back.
Great.
So that sounds really great.
Suck it up, right, Jeff?
Yeah, take a 5-minute match, brother.
Yeah.
So we know last week also that Styles and Brown, they split up. We already mentioned that, which was just...
friendly, though. They're friends.
They're friendly. They hugged
respect.
After it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is just super great. That's just in my notes here, and I thought there was something else, but that's it. They just did that.
It's kind of a bummer because, all right, I've never really liked two singles wrestlers being partners and then eventually winning the tag team titles. but they seem to have good chemistry.
I think so too.
So I eventually, if they were to have just teamed for a while and been kind of like a regular tag team, because what happens is like, back in whatever year, John Cena and Shawn Michaels, they were partners for like 3 weeks, and it was over. But if these guys, let's say they teamed for 6 months or something, and it just felt like the new norm for them, then you can get into it and then do the split.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have done it for just 5 weeks.
Yeah, I agree with that. So apparently that confrontation that Jarrett and Raven had, the in-ring worked confrontation, which Dave says was weird. The idea was apparently to not turn either guy, which is really interesting because Jarrett was yelling at some fans that were like booing him.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of weird.
Didn't you mention like a double turn too?
Oh, I think they could easily have done a double turn.
Yeah, but when we were watching that, we were like, oh, I would do like a double turn here.
I think they should have, yeah.
I would have.
That's a perfect time to do it. You have some people starting to boo you, and you got the other guy in the ring. You can definitely do a double turn right there. That would have been perfect.
I absolutely would have done it. But what do we know?
We don't know anything.
I can't wait.
We're mocks, dude. Mocks.
I can't wait for when they, on Jarrett's podcast, that they start talking about TNA stuff. And you know what? I might get an ad-free shows subscription. That way I can Zoom call Jeff Jarrett and put him on the spot.
Dude.
Like, Jeff, I need to know right now.
Did you make Raven work hurt on the May 28th, 2003 episode?
No, I'll be like, Jeff, I got a question for you, slap nuts. And he'll be like, what do you got, pal? And I'm like, why did you drop that Norman Smiley angle where he was going to have 4 kids with all different ethnicities and he had a fat wife? Why did you drop that? We need to know.
And what was happening with that Alicia girl?
Yeah. Was she an escort?
Is that even her name? I don't even remember.
It was Alicia, yeah.
Okay. Why was she taking money from Amore and Ed Ferrara? Because even Ferrara didn't. You gave Ed Ferrara money to give to her, and he didn't even know what the fuck the angle was.
Yeah. Why did you have the Psycho Dwarf guy jerking off in a trash can? Tell me.
I'll tell you right now. Conrad's going to ask him about that show.
He's gotta have to. That podcast should be like what they're doing, but then also covering the weekly or like TNA from day one in a row. Be like, Jeff, what the fuck? What are we doing?
They literally could. That's the craziest shit.
Why aren't they? That's the type of stuff I would listen to that. Conrad would probably blow his brains out. He'd probably be like, episode 8, this show sucks, Jeff. What the hell? You fought Scott Hall 13 times in 8 weeks. I don't even know how you do that. How do you fight a guy 13 times in 8 weeks?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If they did that and they did watch-alongs with Jeff Jarrett and it was behind a paywall, I'd pay for it.
I'm paying for it.
100%.
Oh, my God, yeah. I don't even care if it's on like the $30 tier. I'd be like, getting some overtime at work then, bitches, because I'm fucking watching Jeff Jarrett do a live watch of this shit. And try to make sense of it all.
Hell yeah. Now, speaking of things that don't make sense, BG James returned, as we mentioned, who, by the way, got a disappointing reaction. The fans did not like him. And now him and Conan beat Sandman and Siaki. Now, Bob, I'm going to make you take a guess. Who was originally supposed to be in that slot?
The BG James slot?
I'm assuming it is the BG James slot, yes.
Of teaming with Conan.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because remember, I think it was set up that Conan was going to have a mystery person the whole time.
Oh, it was?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Have we seen this person in TNA before?
Nope. We've talked about him.
We've talked about him. Shit. Is he a WCW guy?
Most people wouldn't consider him, but he was there. That should kind of give it away, I feel like.
What? He was there, but people...
He was there, but I wouldn't call him a WCW guy.
He's an ECW guy.
I'd say he's an ECW guy.
Sabu?
No. He's been there.
All right, hang on a minute. Oh, right. He had been there. Fuck. Shit. Conan. ECW.
Well, ignore the Conan part, because remember, the tournament's just putting people together.
Is he Mexican?
No. Not that I know of.
Oh, you know what? If I can't get this, you're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna
You're
try
gonna
to throw
hate-
my
you're gonna hate
glass at the
yourself.
fucking wall.
Yeah.
He's ECW guy. His whole run was in ECW.
Yeah, the good shit.
Good shit. Okay, and he went to WWE.
I don't know if he did.
What the fuck?
I'd have to. I can't confirm that. I can't remember if he did. I don't think.
Oh my god.
You need a hint.
Yeah, give me a hint.
It's gonna give it away, but this is the hint I've been thinking in my head. the
I don't
whole
know,
time.
man. I'm having a brain fart today.
You can all kiss my.
Shane Douglas, let's go.
That's right. Shane Douglas was the original choice. That was supposed to be.
Oh, I would not have gotten that.
I can't believe you didn't. I thought that was a giveaway with all that. But he was injured apparently, which I think we knew. By the way, because we've talked about him coming in.
Yeah, wasn't his fucking elbow?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always his elbow.
And apparently, at some point, the money was still an issue. So, needless to say, we got BG James and stuff.
Well, you know what? He was the booker of XPW, so he was probably making some decent change there and getting to bang porn stars. So why would you just go to TNA for $400?
Well, I didn't know that was going on there.
Well, I don't know if he was banging the porn stars, but I'm sure that could have been an incentive.
Oh, okay.
Potentially, allegedly. I don't want to
Allegedly. Yeah, of course. No, I like Shane Douglas. He's a good guy. As far as I know, he didn't kill anyone. But speaking of people killing people, or allegedly almost maybe killing people, even though they admit it on documentaries, New Jack.
Oh, hey, yeah.
He was upset backstage because Jarrett didn't want him to blade in a weapons match.
What? He got upset because Jarrett didn't want him to cut himself?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Because there was weapons involved. He wanted to blade.
I would have been like, thanks, Jeff. I don't have to get stitches this week. Appreciate it.
Have you seen New Jack's forehead?
Yeah, it's all scarred to death.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Brian Lee, who Sanders called Faker Taker, by the way, because he played the Imposter Undertaker in '94. He was backstage, but he was also mad because he wasn't used on the show. So he came to the show and wasn't used.
But he was probably paid.
I bet you he wasn't.
Dude, if they had him come to the show,
I bet you he wasn't.
you don't think they paid they told him to come to the show and he doesn't get paid?
No, I'm going to confirm. It doesn't look like he wrestled on Explosion either. No, dude, I bet you he didn't get paid.
That's fucked up. If you tell somebody, hey, come to the show, well, did he just come on his own?
It doesn't say.
I'm assuming they were like, come to the show, and then he just wasn't used. So he would still get paid for that.
Is he more local to this area? I don't know. I'd have to.
He's definitely like he's from Tennessee.
Oh, then that's not as bad.
Yeah.
But regardless.
But you should still get paid for it.
Also, can we not forget, because there's not any news on it, but Eric Watts acknowledged apparently sleeping with Goldilocks last week.
Yes, he did.
That's just in my line. I'm skipping over it, but we cannot forget that happened. But she wanted to break it up because he's a wrestler, but he said he's an entertainer. So
right.
they can apparently still do their thing. Yeah. But we'll see what happens.
Oddly enough, he's not a wrestler and he's not an entertainer, so he's lied to her twice.
Yeah, what a poor girl. Speaking of girls, though, there was a new girl who was in the nurse's outfit backstage, which was it was Ronnie Stevens, aka Simply Luscious from Ring of Honor. Beat up Kid Cash backstage after Cash told her his groin was sore and he needed an oral exam of it. Then when she went to check, he turned on her thinking it was a spy for Tracy. She beat him up, which made perfect sense. So he was holding his groin from a low blow, all shaken from his match where the luchador would reveal himself. It ended up being Trinity to no reaction. So
I think it's because everybody knew that. And she was a spy for Tracy, wasn't she?
I think it's pretty obvious it was.
Yeah.
But it's not actually said.
No, I think just by the interaction and what she kind of said to him. Like Tracy kind of sent her in there.
Yeah.
I don't think we see Simply Luscious, at least on the weekly pay-per-views again. She might be an Explosion regular, but I don't think she wrestles there.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Chris Sabin replaced James Storm, who, by the way, they claimed he had personal problems, which was a scripted line so that they could make people believe that he had a drug issue, as bizarre as that sounds.
Wait, what?
Yep, that's why they said that James Storm wasn't at the show due to personal problems. So, like I said, yeah, this was apparently a scripted line so that people would believe that he had a drug issue.
But how would we come to the conclusion that it's a drug issue?
Personal problems.
What the fuck? Yo, if I hear that, I'm thinking, oh, maybe a family thing or whatever. I'm not going to drugs.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh my god. All right, so if I'm at work and it's like, oh, hey, how come, Michael's not working today? Well, he called in because of personal problems. I'm like, oh, he's a drug addict.
No, he's on drugs.
He's on drugs. And they're going to be like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, well, personal problems.
Yeah, right.
Personal reasons.
Dave also does talk up Justin Credible a lot as well. Nothing not necessarily worth noting, but he does say that he's got a real chance if he's what he once was. Basically talking about Lynn being his best opponent in ECW, so that this like little feud could have a lot of potential for him.
I don't have high expectations for that because, and I told you when we were watching it, like his physique is so drastically different than what he was in WWE or ECW. Like he just is, he's probably wearing a large t-shirt, and because of how thin he is on his upper body, it looks like it's a 3X shirt, and he's just floating in it.
Yeah,
like swimming. It's just it's a weird thing, and I'm sure that's why he's wearing a shirt, because he's so thin now.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So that's I think he wrestles in a t-shirt the whole rest of his career, even when he goes back to ECW in 06 or whatever.
Oh yeah, he definitely does.
I don't think he does. I don't think he goes shirtless.
Interesting point. Speaking of pointing, there was post-match finger pointing about the lack of crowd reactions. Now, Jarrett believes in faces and heels, while Russo thinks that they are passé.
Right.
Jarrett wants to be a face, but much of the crowd wants him as a heel. I don't know if they want him. I think it's go-away heat, but whatever.
I think that's right, yeah.
Raven is supposed to be a heel, but feels that he has to be a face because of the crowd wanting him to be, even though he doesn't want to. Carter wants Jarrett as a heel, but Jarrett has a lot of pull since he's still a minority owner and largely runs the show. So it's a lot of this and that and this and...
Okay, but that sentence that you just said, he's a minority owner. So let's say he has 25%, and Dixie Carter and her family has 75%. Now, I'm no mathematician, but if I own 75% or something, and the other person owns 25% of it, I'm pretty sure what I say in regards to the matter trumps that.
Yeah.
So,
but if he's largely running the shows, he might be able to kind of get away with that.
Guess what I can do to him? Because I'm 75%.
Kick him to the curb.
You're fired. You can still be 25% owner. That's fine. But
you're not on the show anymore.
You're not on the show anymore. You're fired. See you later. Because that's what that means. And you can't be like, well, wait a minute. I got 25%. I mean, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
I don't care. You're fired. Go home.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Who's going to run the show? I don't know. Jerry Lynn. Somebody else.
Oh, that's a good-ass idea.
Why not?
Yeah, well, I don't think I have any more Jarrett stuff. I probably do. But holy shit, there's a lot of Jarrett shit.
There's a lot of backstage news about stuff. This is a heavy week.
There's good shit. This is a really good week of news, and there's more. And there's shit that you're not going to believe coming up.
Oh, God, Dallas.
And I mean that in a couple different ways, but we'll get there. Scott D'Amore, who works backstage, and we all know who Scott D'Amore is now, # we want explosion.
We want explosion, Scott.
Motherfucker.
That's why I heard that Don Callis kind of quit that role, because there's not explosion on Impact Plus.
Yeah, I heard that all of our fans have been tweeting at Don Callis and Scott D'Amore, and Don was like, listen, I'm just Kenny's manager now. I can't do this executive shit anymore.
I can't do the explosion stuff.
Yeah. Well, he was pushing for them to bring back Sabu and also give Joe E. Legend a shot in. D'Amore was also the first person to inform the promotion about Raven's injury, since it was on a show that D'Amore put on. He told Jarrett before Raven asked for the night off, so Jarrett was ready for it.
What? Now that's a responsible thing to do.
I know, it's kind of weird, right?
Hey, this guy's hurt. I'm letting you know it's on my It was on my watch.
Yeah.
What a crazy idea.
Crazy. The company keeps being upset at talent that say things on interviews that the company feels doesn't show loyalty. Now, we've heard a lot of things like this, radio shows with even Chris Harris, Ron Killings, etc. Well, they've been mad at guys who talk about their stints as waiting to go to WWE or rip on the booking, which actually just about everyone does, either blaming it on Russo in the non-Russo clique or blaming it on Jarrett in the Russo clique. But the latest was apparently Amazing Red in a Torch interview where he said,
who was he talking to? Like his high school news bulletin?
Yeah, it was the school newspaper. He was doing a Torch interview where he said he wouldn't sign a long-term deal because if the opportunity arose in WWE, he wouldn't want to be unable to accept it.
Okay. I understand that.
So that's the newest in the, well, we don't like what you're saying about TNA.
I think that's smart. I don't blame him at all for that.
And as far as I know, I don't think he ever goes, does he? He never goes to WWE.
So for the longest time, he was like going to be in the 205 Live thing.
Oh, that's right. I do remember.
And then he never went. And I think it's because he's always fucking hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good thing.
So, I mean, and then, of course, that sucks. Because I think that Amazing Red, especially in the early 2000s, was a trailblazer for the type of style that we see today. So for him to never get that true big shot outside of TNA and Ring of Honor too, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah,
he was a lot of fun, and I remember, not to go too. You have a lot of news, so I'm not going to go on a long tirade here or anything. But I remember hearing about the first knee injury he had, and I was probably in high school. But when he came back, right, I was like, oh hell yeah! I think it was one of a 2004 pay-per-view I bought. Like he came back or something. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, Amazing Red, this is great. And I'm telling you, probably within 2 minutes of the match, I was like, he's not the same. Which. How can you blame the guy? I mean, you have a knee injury and you do the style that he does. I mean, it's going to be tough to be the guy that you want to be. But it's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, it is. Daphne, who has wrestled on Explosion a few times at this point under a lot of different names, but she also told WWE officials that she was going to be moving to Louisville on her own to train. Well, she has talked with officials here saying that she's moving to Nashville so she can be a regular.
Wait a minute. So she was moving to Louisville to train for what? WWE?
Yeah, I'm guessing OVW.
Yeah, it'd be at the OVW. So then now she's saying she's going to Nashville?
Yeah. And
to be a regular in TNA?
Yeah. That's the talk of the town here.
Honestly, I probably would have gone to OVW.
Well, yeah, we don't. I mean, is she just going to wrestle on Explosion? Because it seems like a weird.
Well, I say I'd go to OVW because if you train there, I mean, a lot of people get called up. So, like Joey Matthews, he was never under a developmental contract. He went to OVW on his own, got an M&M with Johnny Nitro, and got signed. If Daphne does the same thing, guess what? WWE has that TNA doesn't have a women's division. On 2 shows.
That's true.
So I would be going there. I don't know why. I don't know what is so appealing about TNA. Unless she just wants to be a manager or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. She could take over for Belladonna, who is now apparently stuck making pizza with her breast implants.
Her fake boobs that she got and then never went on TV again.
What's bad?
That's rough.
Yeah. Apparently we have a new segment that's going to be on the show called TNA Talk, which supposedly will be a segment where they deliver, quote, real news on pro wrestling. Dave says, I guess it's the poor man's answer to Confidential.
TNA Talk, where they talk about real news in wrestling?
Yeah.
What?
It almost sounds like they're going to just bring JB's article to life, essentially.
What is he? I don't know. What is he?
Yeah.
Dude, so backstage, Jeff Jarrett and Raven are not getting along.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
No way.
I don't know. We'll see what happens when we see some TNA talk.
Welcome to TNA Talk. Raven wants to be a good guy, but he doesn't. But Jeff Jarrett doesn't want him to be, and Jeff doesn't want to be a heel because he wants to be a face, and like whatever else is great. Shane Douglas was supposed to come in last week. No, I can't see that.
Yeah. There's lots of talk about Bill Banks coming in to help with the writing. People are surmising that sounds like another sign of Russo winning the power struggle.
Who's coming in to help with writing?
Bill Banks.
He was never a writer.
Well, he might be now.
I don't think he was. Wasn't he an executive for WCW?
That sounds more. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but
I don't think he was ever a booker.
Well, he must be a buddy of Vince Russo's because they're saying that this is another sign that Russo might be winning that power struggle. So we'll see. We actually have a bit of news for actually next week's show. This is the latest plan for the June 11th show, the final show before the anniversary, and that is that apparently, it might be a spoiler, it might not be, that there was a three-way with Styles, Raven, and Gilberti planned, with the winner facing Jarrett on the anniversary show.
Okay. So next week is a three-way, and then the anniversary is a different three-way?
Well, yeah, that don't make much sense, doesn't it?
It doesn't.
It contradicts itself. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I bet you that three-way that I just read isn't going to happen, if I had to take a guess.
The one that you just read was Styles, Gilberti, and Raven?
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either.
Let me skip that piece. I got two news I'm saving for last. I only got a couple other things here.
Something's got to happen with Styles to justify him being in the main event.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
Low-Key is out for 2 months with a dislocated shoulder, suffered 2 weeks back while on the Ring of Honor vs. FWA show in London. I think we heard a little bit about that before. And also, Amazing Red, he had a knee injury on the first day of his tour in Japan, but it must not have been that serious since he was back in the ring a few days later.
Well, and so it begins.
Okay, and I got two more things. I'm trying to decide. I think I know which one I'm going to save for last, because I think you're going to be like, oh, it's going to be more of a TNA Cross-Line podcast inside joke, if you will. So let's do the other one first. At this point, there is no plans to use Sean Waltman. The company officials were frustrated about the calls that were made by him to return and then him no-showing. So he was going to come back. He's no longer coming back.
Burned a bridge.
Yeah. And finally, my last piece of news, at least in the Zerber here, is that this is really sad, Bob. It's going to be hard to say this one. Dave Weber, Mortimer Plumtree, has left the promotion, and they're having a going-away party for him. He's married, and his wife stayed in Minneapolis while he moved to Nashville, and I guess it was time for him to come home.
Wow, so he didn't get fired. He just left.
Yeah, so he probably had to break his lease on that apartment.
Maybe not, man, because we're in June. This started in June.
Oh, yeah, he might have lucked out.
He might be all right. Wow, all right. Well, that's an end of an era.
End of an era there, man. Mortimer Plumtree, Dave Weber, he's gone. He's leaving.
Wow. That would be a good question for Jeff Jarrett too. How vital was Dave Weber to the TNA production?
Actually, would be. That is a good question.
Yeah. And he'd probably be like, who?
Who's that?
The hell is Dave Weber? You talking about Mortimer?
Oh shit! Well, he didn't do shit backstage.
He just stood there.
He stood there with the Johnsons. He's got to get asked out of them too. But we could write a list for him.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to briefly step back in the Wayback Machine. If you're new, we generally go to the Wayback Machine, go to NWA-TNA.com, and we look at From the Inside with Jeremy Boresh and the notes from backstage with Bob Ryder. I'm just going to say it flat out. There ain't a lot of shit at all, and that's even worth talking about this week. The good news is, so last week I was unable to get to this section. Well, JB did not write an article last week, apparently. At least that's what he says here. So there's only a couple things of note that he even put here, and one of which he was saying that how sore he was after taking Raven's Even Flow DDT. He says, actually, I was very sore. I know I may look tough and carry myself like a real ass kicker that takes no shit, but that one caught me a bit off guard.
Okay.
He's had some back pain, the top of his head was sore, and he'll be the first to admit, I don't know what the hell I'm doing in there, but at the risk of personal injury, it is much more important to me that it looked good. I have no idea how wrestlers do it and have come to the conclusion that my decision to make a living in the wrestling business off my mind and not my body was a smart move. As much as I have been around the wrestling business over the last several years, I still readily admit to have no idea what it is actually like to have to do that for a living and understand the veterans who complain about non-workers in the business who have never taken a bump and, quote, don't know what it is like to be in our shoes. The pain endured alone is insane.
Wow.
That's fine. This next,
I know I carry myself in a mask.
That's honestly, that line is mostly why I read that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, for sure.
This next piece is funny, but also we learned something. So get ready for this. There is heat between TNA girls, Lollipop, and the other one. We have a name. Her name is Tyson.
What? Okay.
After Tyson allegedly had a lollipop in her mouth minutes before Showtime several weeks ago.
Oh my God.
While this may be Well, this may be considered a gimmick infringement by many. Tyson claimed to simply have had bad breath and was looking to alleviate the problem.
With what, sugar? What the fuck are you talking about?
All will most likely be worked out between the two. I love legit heat between chicks. I really do.
Oh my God. I thought it was going to be something way more serious, but this is fun. The heat is that she had a lollipop in her mouth just minutes before they went on air. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny.
We got news that Explosion will be airing next week in Philly, which is pretty exciting. Also, apparently, more AJ Styles shirts are being made to satisfy the incredible demand. Right now, the top-selling shirt is the Total Nonstop America shirt, featuring the TNA logo in red, white, and blue colors. The new Sex shirt and the new Raven shirt are both selling very well as well. So, who knew they even had all these?
Yeah, I know. I would definitely get a Sex shirt.
I would too, if I could find one, because it's pretty cool.
If anybody wants to reprint that shirt, then that'd be deeply appreciated.
Yeah. Let's see, what's this here? Oh, so this is a pretty interesting thing, and he's probably just talking out of his ass a little bit, but he says, in the wake of the tremendous Jarrett Raven show a few weeks back, I find it interesting how nearly everyone I talk to, especially my friends up north in WWE land, went out of their way to see that show. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting. So he goes, to me, it was a good show, but barely made my top 5 list. Taking nothing away from that show in particular, TNA's goal is to not build to one big show, but to make every week special, and I think they are. We're actively working to make sure that's the case, realizing some shows build to a bigger matchup than others. No one show we do really has any less effort than any other. We are working to make sure it comes across that way to fans. Maybe you should try harder.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
And, I'm just going to skip the rest, because he's just talking that up, essentially. And saying that they're not going to be building up to a big show. He pretty much says that. And my last part of the Borash thing here is that Paul London was taken to the hospital following 2 weeks ago after the show in need of some stitches. Keep your eye on Paul London, X Division champion Chris Sabin, and keep a very close eye on Triple X, all of whom could be in line for a major singles push soon. I don't know if that's a little tease or not there, but that's pretty interesting. And if you're curious what else JB talks about here, he talks a lot in depth about the WWA tour in Australia. I'm purposely leaving that out because, there was a lot of TNA guys on the show, but we're going to cover that show eventually. So, and then he writes a goodbye to Mortimer Plumtree as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and so does Bob Ryder in the notes from backstage. But by the way, Jeremy Borash's article, just for reference, is from May 30th, 2003, and now Bob Ryder's from the same day as the show on June 4th, 2003. And he talks about a lot of matches, and that's why I really like his section. He says, AJ Styles and D'Lo Brown dissolved their tag team last week so they could both concentrate on chasing their dream of becoming the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Well, tonight they face off against each other in a match that will decide the number one contender for that title.
Okay, so I guess that would explain AJ potentially being in a triple threat. And since he's really been the only one mentioned as being in those matches, I would assume we know who wins.
I think it's pretty obvious.
Because D'Lo hasn't been mentioned once, so I
No.
don't know.
Yeah. Chris Harris has a tough choice to make tonight. Does he pick Chris Sabin, the current X Division champion and a member of Sports Entertainment Extreme, or does he pick his lifetime friend and tag team partner, James Storm? Whoever he picks will team with Harris to face the challenge of BG James and Conan in a semifinal matchup in the Asylum Alliance Tournament. Now, we also have the other semifinal matchup involving the teams of David Young and Tracy against Ron Killings and Don Harris.
Okay, well, I don't know about you, Dallas, but if I'm Chris Harris, I'm going to go with the guy that doesn't have an alleged drug problem.
I mean, to be fair, he did win a match with Chris Sabin last week, and Storm was there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But, if James Storm has suddenly come down with a drug problem, I feel like Chris Sabin would be more reliable.
Yeah.
That is the most absurd storyline I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Fucking James Storm, personal reasons. Oh, drugs. Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Fans of the X Division will be happy to know that we've got a 6-man X Division tag team match scheduled tonight. This match will feature people you've seen in recent weeks like Kid Romeo and CM Punk, but will also introduce Frankie Kazarian and Damien to the TNA audience. This match should be a fun one to watch.
And Damien?
Yep.
Okay.
And I believe if we got on our card, it's Damien Dothar, which you can't even click on, so I have no fucking idea who he is.
Exist.
Yeah. No, this I thought was funny. As crazy as it sounds, did you know you can actually place bets on TNA matches? There's a gambling website that is taking bets at a $50 maximum on tonight's matches between Jeff Jarrett and Glen Gilberti and AJ Styles and D'Lo Brown.
Okay, so you know how they've been losing money on pay-per-views?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I was TNA, I would say every single executive, whatever, okay, we're all putting max bets on one underdog. And then we're going to book it like, oh, hey, we all put on, Gilberti to win the title. So guys, do you guys want to make a quick 30 grand? We'll have Gilberti win the title and we break even.
There you go. That's how you make it back.
I've solved the issues here with TNA and their money.
And finally here, the viewers on the West Coast will finally have a chance to see TNA tonight in prime time. Starting with tonight's broadcast, the show will air at 8 p.m. Eastern with an immediate replay at 10 p.m., 7 p.m. Pacific. If you need of that. The air-ins will be on In Demand 1, the primary pay-per-view channel for most cable systems.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, is the replay at 7?
Yeah, which is 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, because I was gonna say if they're on at 8, then it's 5.
Yeah.
So the original's at 5 p.m. Pacific then.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm not going to read it just for sake of time, but he also writes a really nice thing about Mortimer Plumtree, which I guess to answer your question of what he does, he calls him a jack of all trades, and he really talks him up in his goodbye. So. Thanks, Mortimer Plumtree, and I'm glad you got out of your lease here, or maybe you just wrote it out, man.
I can't believe that his wife stayed in Minnesota. Maybe she knew, like, oh, you know what, this is wrestling, so it's probably not gonna last.
Yeah, I think so too.
Was he paying for rent and a fucking mortgage?
Yeah, I guess he had to have been, right?
Jeez.
Good for him. I didn't know he was that well off in the wrestling industry, but good for him.
Well, maybe she's got a good job.
We'll never know. But that's all I got. That was a lot, but there was some good shit this week. There really wasn't a lot of lame news. I mean, that was a heavy week, a lot of backstage drama, especially leading into this anniversary show. I'm kind of surprised we have as much as we got, but hey, that's what happens when you got a big show coming up. The tensions rise.
Talk about like a soap opera. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Some stuff going on there. All right, indie news. There's not a whole lot this week, but I'll still mention it here. CM Punk, he teamed up with his good friend Colt Cabana. They're never going to have a falling out.
No.
Or any kind of podcast or something. Yeah, they won a tag team scramble match against Special K, the Briscoe Brothers, and Carnage Crew on May 31st for Ring of Honor. And then that same day for Ring of Honor, he lost to Christopher Daniels in a 4-way that also involved Frankie Kazarian and Jimmy Rave. Speaking of Frankie Kazarian, as you have mentioned, will be appearing on this show. Well, on June 2nd, he won against KJ Sakota in a WWE dark match that took place in San Diego. So it looks like WWE might be looking at the same talent that TNA's got their eye on. Matt Stryker, the one with a unibrow, defeated Tom Carter on May 31st for Ring of Honor. Johnny Swinger lost to Ernest Miller in a WWE dark match on April 21st. And then lastly, David Young defeated Rudy Boy Gonzalez on May 31st for NWA Wildside. So not anything too much. I'm surprised. No. I mean, I feel like Raven really hasn't done anything in the last couple of weeks here. So
now he probably won't for another couple of weeks.
Oh, that's right, because he's hurt.
Yeah, poor guy. Well, let's quickly talk about Explosion, and then we're going to get into the show. Explosion number 35 was taped on the same day, June 4th, 2003, and it aired on June 10th, 2003, and it is actually a pretty good-looking card, so I'm pretty excited about this one. It features 4 matches. Jerry Lynn defeats Dylan Cage. Triple X, or Christopher Daniels and Elix Skipper, defeat Kappa Tapa Kega, which is Andy Jax and Kurt Daniels. Julio De Niro defeated Abyss.
Whoa.
And it's the Abyss that you all know. And Chris Sabin defeated Nate Matson in the main event.
Interesting.
And Nate Matson, actually, I noticed he's kind of been around. He's wrestled quite a bit of places. In fact, he wrestled in Impact. It was, what year was it? It was pretty recently. In 2019, there was a show, and he wrestled there. He's wrestled in Ring of Honor and a lot of other places.
Yeah, he's. I think he's wrestled in IWA Mid-South. I know I've watched a few AEW shows that he's been on. He's an indie regular throughout the Northeast and stuff like that, Midwest.
Yeah, he looks like
Midwest.
He gets around.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think he's a Michigan guy.
Yeah, he is. He is from Detroit.
Yeah.
Look at that. Well, let's not wait any longer, Bob. Let's get into the show.
I'm pumped.
Pay-Per-View 48, June 4th, 2003.
All right. Well, if you guys want to watch along, head over to the Impact Plus app or maybe find it in your own personal collection. That's right. I'm sure you guys would get your VHS tapes out and record them and just keep them forever. So get your VCR out, plop in that VHS, make sure you properly rewind it, and then we're going to enjoy the next probably hour and 52 minutes of some TNA. So I'm going to count down from 5 when I say play. Hit that play button. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Like that, they do the quiet TNA logo when they start the show.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
April 7th, 2003.
Caught on my own thing here.
Let's see. We're starting with the flashback. I love these.
There's no I in team, but there is a me.
Because tonight, because I got a chance.
I'm going to be the NWA World Champion. Not Mike Sanders.
Is this from this show? Or was this on Explosion, possibly? Oh, no, this is... Okay, so this is actually a flashback to the night that he won that Anarchy in the Asylum. Because here he is attacking Jarrett. Okay, so that kind of threw me off because he said he's got a chance to get the NWA title, but that's because he was talking about that title shot.
Dallas, how do you feel about Rainbow Sherbert?
I do very much enjoy Rainbow Sherbert.
Okay, good. Because I knew that this was going to be probably a 4-minute hype video thing, recap, so I had to go get myself some Rainbow Sherbert.
Oh, yeah, this was definitely a good time to do that. And I made a mistake here, Bob, because they're showing a promo from the night he won the Battle Royal. He said, I have a chance to win the title tonight, essentially, but he's talking about a title shot. I thought maybe we were getting an interview from Explosion.
Oh.
But it's not.
I'm surprised they don't actually do that.
I think we saw a clip of one once, And it was like, oh, this was definitely from Explosion. Because they do like interviews and stuff with people.
Yeah, you might be right.
Now I'm waiting for this to be over before I give you the crowd number because I think it's more fun once we see the crowd to do that. And instead, we're just dealing with Glen Gilberti with 1T talking a lot.
I'm going to guess that since Gilberti is not a draw and the fans are turning on Jeff Jarrett, I'm going to say that there is 900.
Okay, I'm going to have you hold on to that. I'm not giving it away until we see the crowd. Here's Raven trying to hit the Raven effect.
Russo. We forgot Russo came back.
Yeah, we just briefly mentioned it, but we did not talk about that as much as we probably just should have in our intro there. But holy shit, yeah, Russo is back. When he's shaved clean, he's got a baby face. Look at him. Who's that guy? Tonight.
He's a changed father.
Jarrett versus Gilberti. I hate this font, by the way. For the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He's the king of the world. And there's Russo hitting the TNA sign and then whipping Jarrett from like wicked long ago. And now he's hitting Raven, and now we see Gilberti on the top. Here's Jarrett holding up the belt. Is it for the last time? I don't know. But Russo's back, baby. Here's Jarrett entering the arena earlier today.
Because that's Kevin Northcutt, the red shirt security.
What is this? Oh. TNA officials sent them. Jarrett will be dealt with.
I think Northcutt's like a regular Georgia wrestler.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jarrett says, do you understand what it's like to walk in the shoes of an NWA heavyweight champion?
He used to get a lot of hype in the PWIs, too. As you can see, he's a tall guy. He's probably, 6'8", 6'9".
Oh, yeah, he's big. I mean, he's looking down at Jarrett.
Yeah. He's probably like 6'7", 6'8".
Okay, that was interesting. Here's another cut to backstage, so we're not... What is this?
They're praying?
Jesus Christ. Oh, no pun intended. Yeah, we're literally all holding hands praying backstage now. This is weird. Oh, for making us the number one group.
Who do you think would win in a match? The 9 members of Sex or the 4 members of Evolution?
Evolution.
Wouldn't even be close.
Oh, with Vince's strength and my strength. Give me the strength to beat that redneck hillbilly, Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, Sonny Siaki's like, yeah, beat Jeff's booty.
I would rather have Siaki in that spot.
No, Bob, explain to me why you're eating sherbet out of a little tiny cup instead of just like a tub of it.
Because they sell it like you would get like a vanilla or a chocolate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you just got to get the gallon. You don't do portion control.
You're damn right I don't do portion control because I brought 3 of them to my little table.
Shit.
You're damn right.
Hey, Gilberti's all hyped up here. Got a match tonight. Oh, Sanders wants to talk a little reality here.
You know what I've also been buying is those ice pops.
Oh, like freeze pops? Like regular? Just freeze pops? Yeah, dude, those are good.
I'll have like 6 of those. Fuck. Just fucking ice and juice, for Christ's sake.
6 of them.
Oh, look. I'm not ashamed of it.
Hey, well, is Sanders on the side? Okay, now we get the intro. We're at 5 minutes and 48 seconds in. Down.
By the time this show is over, it's going to be what? Well, our time. We're almost starting 8 o'clock on the dot here. It'll be almost 10 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to have dinner tonight. So thanks a lot.
Just eat on the show.
I got to go. I was going to have pizza. I got to put it in the oven and everything.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, that's not Tyson or Lollipop. Who is that?
I don't know, but there's Kid Romeo. Who's behind? Oh, is that Damien guy?
That's Damien, and that is Johnny Swinger.
Yeah. I've never in my life seen that Damien guy.
Well, he's wearing a black long sleeve, like Under Armour shirt and black pants. He looks generic as fuck.
Yeah.
And he points.
It's like they found him in the parking lot and they're just like, hey, man, you want to wrestle?
You guys are gonna have to bear with us here. At least my audio it's pretty hard to hear. Like commentary.
Well, we don't really care what they ever say anyway.
Here's Matt Striker with the Y finally.
Yeah.
Frankie Kazarian, CM Punk. That's a team right there.
What a weird team. This whole thing was weird. They're like, oh, hey, you guys want to see the people wrestle on an explosion? Well, here they are.
Talking about the future, Frankie Kazarian right there, baby.
Frankie's been on Explosion, right?
I don't know if he has, man. I feel like... let me see if I... let me see.
Well, he was just saying that he's been called the future for a while now. Well, how the hell do they know who he is?
Well, because he's an indie guy. No, man, this is his TNA debut.
Really? He wasn't even on Explosion. Wow.
He has wrestled in the WWA, though. And a lot of TNA, there's some crossover there, remember?
That's true.
Matt Striker and Kid Romeo starting us off. Now, I've never seen this Matt Striker guy. We've only talked about him on the show. I've never even seen what he looks like.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say he's the most entertaining guy in the world.
He kind of looks like Mr. Bean to me.
Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, he does. He looks like him.
Matt Striker does not look like Mr. Bean.
Kind of.
I don't know about that.
It might just be our great quality here, but he definitely looks like Mr. Bean to me. Oh, single leg dropkick to Kid Romeo.
The silent fucking actor guy? We're talking about the same dude.
No, I don't think we are. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up a pic. Hold on 1 second.
Mr. Bean didn't ever really talk.
Look, dude. Dude, that's Matt Striker.
No, not. No.
Oh my god. Yes, it is.
How do you not know that Mr. Bean... Oh, nice wheelbarrow bulldog there. How did you not know that Mr. Bean is like a non-vocal comedian guy? At least on the Mr. Bean show.
Apparently, I haven't seen that much. I've mostly seen his picture, apparently, because he looks like Matt Striker. Frankie Kazarian's in the ring, and here comes Johnny Swinger beating the shit out of Frankie Kazarian.
Have you never watched Mr. Bean?
I feel like I've seen something, but it's been a long time. Also, I'm noticing here that Frankie Kazarian has the future written on the back of his tights, so that could also tie into that.
Kazarian and Swinger should be a tag team. They look like brothers.
Dude, yeah, they look wicked close. And look, both these guys are still wrestling now, and I don't think anyone else in the ring probably is, so it's pretty interesting.
I know Stryker doesn't. Is Swinger still in Impact today or no?
Yeah, he is, and he's really funny.
Punk with a running knee in the corner on Swinger, and then Swinger runs into a boot.
Oh.
Okay, side slam.
I definitely thought that Punk did the move to Swinger there, to be honest with you. It looked like he did a spinning flatliner to him.
Yeah. I feel like Swinger doesn't really fit. I don't know if this is supposed to be an X Division showcase, but Swinger doesn't really fit in with that group, I would say.
It was, at least according to what Bob Ryder said, but I agree with that. He doesn't really fit here.
Oh, did you ever tell me the attendance?
I did not. Thank you. We're at 1,000.
I said 900.
Oh boy. Damien's in, and he just waited. He paused before he took an arm drag. We're not off to a good start.
Well, and he's actually got tights on. He's not wearing his Under Armour shirt or nothing.
Oh yeah, and I feel like I can just tell he doesn't know really what he's doing. It's like training drills. He's doing training drills. He just did monkey flip to Punk, which Punk sort of landed.
And I think he's supposed to land on his feet.
Well, he tagged out. Swinger's coming in.
Yeah, I feel like Damien doesn't really know what he's doing.
Nah, that dude had no idea. So he tagged out. Punk's in with Swinger. Lots of arm twists in this.
Yeah. Here comes the unibrow, Matt Striker.
With a Y.
Swinger counters. Whoa, fucking leaping Thesz press there by Striker. Stone Cold, Stone Cold.
Oh, he's hyped up right now, dude. He's wearing his little green tights. He's hyped up. Looks like Mr. Bean. Goes against the ropes, but Kid Romeo gets the leg up. Nope. Slipped out of that neck breaker. Striker with a back elbow. Comes back. Oh.
Sit out powerbomb. Striker kicks out. His unibrow probably absorbed that more than his back did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it definitely did.
Oh, atomic drop by Swinger. Kid Romeo. Romeo didn't really tag in there. Slingshot clothesline.
Oh, I thought Swinger was just like blown up, so he just stopped. I didn't even realize Kid Romeo tagged in, but he's in.
Did he? I didn't see the tag.
I don't know, but he's choking him, so he's in now. Kid Romeo's thinking right now, I could make double this for 3 minutes of shaking my wiener around at the club.
Probably. Running clothesline by Romeo in the corner on Striker.
And he runs to him. Oh, monkey flip. No. Striker. Oh, wow.
Overhead suplex.
And if you're thinking that Kid Romeo might have been stuffing his tights, well, you're right. It's with dollar bills because he has a lot more money than you do. Oh, Damien's in. If I had to take a guess, this is the first and last time we're ever going to see this Damien guy.
Well, the fact that you can't click on his name on Cage Match should probably be an indicator. He kind of reminds me back to when Elix Skipper was thin and not a musclehead.
He does. I was thinking that he similar physique.
He kind of looks like Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, he does.
Northern Lights suplex for a 2 count.
Oh yes, Mike Tenay. What an impressive way to open up the show here.
I don't know if I would say impressive.
This is like they didn't have the other X Division guys. So they were like, oh, shit, okay. Well, wait, we put all of our X Division guys on Explosion this week. Let's take all the guys from Explosion and put them on the opening match.
It works for me. I would have just had Kid Romeo against Kazarian or something. Inside cradle by Striker.
Well, we don't need a 6-man to showcase anything. I heart you, Farron. Nice sign.
What the hell is Farron?
I don't know. What a name. Oh, Damien.
T-bone suplex. It is. Ain't no stopping me. Shelton.
No.
2 count for Damien.
What are they chanting? We want wrestling?
I don't know what they're saying.
I don't either.
Swinger beating away. He just knocked the unibrow off of Striker's face with that right hand.
Swinger, the most experienced, even though I think he was supposed to be in the Team Extreme stuff because they teased it in the beginning, but that never happened.
Oh, wait a minute. Was he?
Remember? Because the Sandman was talking to him and, who was he talking with? Simon Diamond. Sandman, Simon Diamond, and Johnny Swinger.
Oh, yeah. And then he spit the beer in Diamond's face.
Yeah. Kazarian coming in.
I don't think I would have liked Swinger in that group, to be honest with you.
No,
he was even a mid-carder back then.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made sense.
Springboard back elbow by Kazarian on his older brother Swinger for a 2 count.
There are some people who scream ECW, and Johnny Swinger is not one of them.
No. He's a former WCW guy, too.
Swinger is?
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that.
Oh,
Kazarian.
Neckbreaker DDT combo by Kazarian on Swinger and Damien.
Now, I'm trying to keep a closer eye on Kazarian here. If I had to take a guess, this could be the match that cued them off into holy shit.
Dive over the top onto Swinger on the floor right in front of the announcer's table.
Literally, I thought he was either going to land on the announce table or his head was going to crush on the concrete. But he got his hands down. He's fucking wicked lucky. But CM Punk's in just kick Kid Romeo. Punk's looking like he's going for, okay, what the fuck?
This match is breaking apart.
I don't know what Punk was even about to do. He went to the other rope, and then, Damien grabbed his hair, and now he just tossed Damien to the floor.
Since I have ADHD, I have Nitro from '96 on my TV right now. But do you know what show Glacier made his debut on?
I don't.
WCW Pro.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Punk with a dive to the floor onto everybody, but I think who's in the ring? Romeo?
Yeah, Romeo's definitely setting up for something. You can tell by the way they're all looking.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
God. He did not make a full rotation on Somersault there. So.
That was not good. Oh, my God. Everyone's hyped up. Matt Striker. Mr. Bean. He's going to the top here. Oh, no,
Cornette loves this when they all stand together. Moonsault. Springboard moonsault. Ooh. On to everybody.
Acai moonsault, baby. That was nice. I'll give him credit. Matt Striker, you got a fan in me now, Mr. Bean.
You're a real piece of work. He should break that announcer table.
He's not gonna. If Mr. Bean had a kid with like a handsome guy, then this is him. This is the kid.
No. Matt Striker is not Mr. Bean. What the hell was that?
It was a jawbreaker.
Jumping jawbreaker, but it wasn't even on his head.
Oh,
Punk is in there. A gory special, boom, he hits it.
The gory
bomb.
Wish he did the Pepsi plunge, but what do I know?
He'll not do the Pepsi plunge here. There's no way.
Kid Romeo with the
boom.
The kiss goodnight.
Kiss goodnight. I was gonna say kiss of death. I didn't know what they called it.
I knew it was kiss something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Death Valley driver by Striker. 1, 2.
The way they just got into the ring to kick him in the head.
Kick him in the head.
Irish whip. Kazarian. Oh,
whoa.
Stops that T-bone. Oh.
Wave of the future.
Bob.
And they pinned him.
Nice. I didn't know that's what that was called.
Kazarian pins Damien. Punk, you didn't get the pin. Don't be acting like you're the guy that did the pin.
The wave of the future, baby.
Today,
and here we are. We're seeing the wave of the future here with Kazarian, CM Punk, and Matt Striker. Oh, what was that? Did he just give us a from the finger or no? Is that
I don't know. He should, if you want to, guys, you should screenshot that screen of all three men, Striker, Kazarian, and Punk, because they are definitely going to change the landscape of professional wrestling over the next 20 years. All three of them.
Yes, all of them. Even Matt Striker.
Yeah. He's probably the type of guy where it's like one person doesn't fit in with the rest. Who is it? Matt Striker. Tonight, Glen Gilberti gets his shot. Vince Russo would love nothing more than to get that world title belt. Don is wearing his favorite silver silk shirt.
Oh yeah, I mean it looks like a fucking silver shirt.
It looks like a silver color pencil in just shirt form.
Yes, America's Most Wanted. Such a great job. Let me turn this shit up. It just sounds like they're mumbling to themselves.
Well, how come they're not promoting James Storm's potential drug problem?
He's got personal problems.
Well, AJ and D'Lo didn't have any problems.
Nah, dude, they're buddies.
They willingly broke up.
Speaking of Raven, he's standing by with Goldilocks. Oh, with his gathering.
Julio and Alexis Lurie. They're outside the building. They're not like in some kind of lair or something.
That's a good point. You can actually see them. Yeah. No one's drinking bleach. He's going to talk about Jeff Jarrett. But he's pissed because he's not included in the number one contenders match.
Well, Raven, if you weren't hurt.
The crowd is chanting Raven loud enough that you can hear it through the promo.
That's true.
He's been doing some thinking. He's come to the conclusion that Jeff Jarrett is the David Hasselhoff of professional wrestling. He says, let me think about it. Then neither one of them has any discernible talent or charisma.
Well, what about WWF?
No, that doesn't work in this promo the way he's cutting it right now.
Yeah.
He's comparing Knight Rider and Baywatch to WCW and TNA.
It's true.
Talking about guys watching girls solve trigonometry problems wearing bikinis.
Whenever I watch a show about math, the girls have to be wearing bikinis.
Said he will win his belt. And Vince Russo, if you ever touch me again, he'll rip his face off and use his cranium for a flower pot. Quote the Raven.
Sweet.
Nevermore. What's this? James Storm.
Hey, Chris, it's me, James Storm. I'm okay. I had my drug binge over the weekend, but I'm here. What is Chris Harris wearing? He looks so thin with that. Oh my God. What is going on?
Oh my God.
Just like,
He's wearing.
it looks like a nightgown, like a girl be wearing.
He looks like he's got no pants on, like no underwear.
Does.
Like if he lifts his arm up, his dick's gonna come out.
100, yeah.
Storm says, before you make the decision, I gotta tell you.
I
He's gonna respect whatever you decide. Business is business. For the last 5 years. Wait a second. Bob Ryder said they were lifelong friends.
Yeah, well, they've only been alive for 5 years.
Okay. They were born in a lab.
Are they going to address the reason why he wasn't there or what?
Thank you for everything. Okay, so he's picking Chris Sabin. Right? Oh, he says, where's your AMW shirt? He's like, nah, I gotta wear this gold gym. He's sleepy. Maybe all good things do need to come to an end.
That's not funny, man.
Oh, well, that's definitely underwear. That's not his tights.
That's not his tights?
I don't think so. They look like underwear.
That's inappropriate.
Here we go, baby. Mike Sanders. S-E-X. Bullet Bob sucks. The NWA sucks. Yes, the ongoing Hard 10 tournament. We're getting flashbacks, my favorite. One point, 2 points.
We're just going to recap of the Hard 10, which is just going to be weapon shots to that.
Well, yeah, and it's counting the points for us. And here's New Jack. Rest in peace, brother.
They are. Why? This is so stupid. 1 point. Okay, leg drop with a trash can. Guess what that is? 1 point.
Yeah, they did this last week. But the problem is Slash and New Jack went into like super overtime.
It was like 18-13 or something.
And they're showing every point here.
Oh my God.
Now, Bob, I hate to say it, this would be an excellent time to throw a pizza in the oven here. We're at 6-4. We still got.
Dude, if you're gonna twist my fucking arm, I'll be right back.
I think you should, and I'm gonna talk.
I will be right back.
Okay. He's yelling, but that's okay. We're at 8-7 now. We're literally just counting up to see the new bit. Oh, it sounds like they're hitting each other, but it sounds like gunshots are going off. 13-13. Oh, and there goes New Jack throws Slash off the rope through the table to get 18, 5 points to win. But he didn't get to Blade because Jarrett told him not to in the weapons match, and he was pissed about it, which I don't blame him. Oh, Hard 10 tournament matchup next. Here comes Sonny Siaki. Okay, so I have no clue why Mike Sanders came out.
Well, Dallas, I forgot a key component.
What's that?
The pizza.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I forgot to preheat the oven, so it's got to preheat first.
Oh. Well, okay, so Sanders is on commentary. I just said I didn't know why he came out here, but he's on commentary. And Sonny Siaki's in the ring.
Oh, Sanders is okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take your job. You're our S-O-L.
Yeah. Dallas, when's the last time you went to the thrift store?
You know, I went a few weeks ago, actually.
I asked because Sarah and I went today.
Did you find any wrestling stuff?
No, but I bought 3 movies.
Dude, the deals on movies are wicked good.
Dude, they're all like $2.
I did see some wrestling ones actually recently, but I already had them, so I didn't buy them.
I bought the Daniel Bryan autobiography for like $1.50 there or whatever it was.
That's a good deal.
Because it has like the original price of like $24.95 on it or something. And I got it for like less than $2.
Also, I didn't know if you go to like a public library, sometimes they sell like old books. Kaylee got a book for like 50 cents.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't mean that's not necessarily good stuff, but she got like a Stephen King book that she likes Stephen King a lot. And a couple other stuff for like $1.50. She got 3 like books that look brand new.
I might have to suggest that to Sarah.
Yeah. Okay, so Siaki's saying no one in the locker room, including you, Sandman, who I'm assuming he said who can beat him.
Yeah, he's continuing this.
You think you're hardcore?
Is this a hard 10 match?
I think it is. Oh, you're a little pussy. And he's holding like a cane.
That's not going to get you a TV deal there, Mr. Sonny Siaki.
A walking cane, by the way, not a single-port cane. Oh, he's not going to turn it sideways. He's just going to stick it up your drunk ass. Oh, he's a... Oh.
And there's Sandman. Wearing the Raven shirts, though. You want to guess the...
Wait. Sandman's next week. He's not who he's fighting this week, they're saying. And here comes the red security shirt guys.
Does this mean the red shirt guys are going to be like... Wait a minute. We already we have security. We have the guys that wear a black shirt.
To be fair, they don't do anything. So now the red ones are actually doing something.
That's true. What if right now... What if like Sandman's gone and then the black shirt security guys come out? Like, where is he?
Look, he went into the crowd, so they were like, okay, fine. He's not going to go in the ring.
He's fine. Well, he is, though.
This is weird. Okay, Sandman's just...
Who is he wrestling then? All right. Well, do you want to take a guess on the 3 movies I bought from the thrift store?
Hey, you bought American Pie.
Nope.
Scream 3.
Nope.
And Grandma's Boy.
No. I think I have... I don't have Scream 3, but I have the other ones you mentioned already.
Oh, shit, Bob.
Hey!
Vampire Warrior.
Gangrel, for all you WWF mocks. He's completely doing the Gangrel gimmick here, by the way. I'm surprised that WWF wouldn't try to get...
Oh, Siaki. Oh, you just spit blood at him. The former Gangrel, and I believe he was in the for the gold in the beginning, was he not?
I think you're right.
Okay, so he's already up.
Fans have weapons. I forgot about that. I was going to say, how come all these fans have 2x4s?
The strategically placed weapons. He just hit Sonny Siaki in the head harder with a pan than I've ever seen someone hit someone in the head with him.
Bulldog onto the trash can lid.
Does that count? Yeah, it sounds like it does.
Yeah, he used it.
There's a shovel. Where do you get a shovel like that? In wrestling, the shovels are made out of aluminum foil, and I've never seen one like that in my real life.
They're made out of foil?
Well, no, but they're like the aluminum ones. Look at Sandman's right there. He's in the crowd.
He's a fan, dude. He can use a weapon. All right. Well, I don't want to forget. So the movies I got were Rudy, the football one.
Okay.
Joanna Man.
I don't even know what that is.
You've never seen Joanna Man? How about Waiting? Have you seen Waiting?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was listening to commentary.
Oh. Waiting. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god. Well, this is embarrassing. Now, everybody listening can see what I got to deal with on a daily basis, where this guy doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Vampire Warrior's up 4.
He's going to win it.
I think that he might even have more than that.
It's not even on the screen. He probably already has 8. He probably forgot the rules of the match. Or he's probably got 10 points.
Oh, Siaki kicks him in the gut, kind of, but he just drops the trash can lid. Oh, he's catching the legs. Look at over the head,
that
belly
counts.
belly.
That's on a weapon. That counts.
They're not saying it though.
How do you not know about that? When he used a weapon, he threw him onto it.
They
That's
didn't.
like going through a table. If you throw a guy through a table, that counts.
Sonny Siaki's got a kendo stick. Oh.
See, now how would that count? That shouldn't count because he didn't put him through it. He fell through it.
Technically, when Brian Lee, TNA says that should be 6 points.
This guy had 6 points already. He's done 2 things and he's at 6 points.
Good for him. Yeah, Siaki's got 6. Warriors got 4, which is definitely not right.
Yeah, Vampire Warrior had way more than 4 points. That's probably why they didn't have it on the screen, because like, shit, this guy's got 7 points already. Here we go. Gangrel. Nope.
Oh,
Kicked in his face. That's a point. That's what, 7? Yeah, 7-4. What is on the ground? What is that?
Oh, I see that too. I don't know what
On
that
that.
is. Oh, drop toe into the.
That should count.
It does. They just announced it. 7-5. Siaki's still winning.
Oh, that's his finishing. You can't pin him, dude. Got to get to 10 points. Come on, do it. 1, 2. I'm helping you. He doesn't know the rules.
Get your head in the game, you clown. This is the hard 10.
This is the hard 10. He looks to be in some decent shape.
Well, we're on the apron here.
Well,
holy
where the hell did that table
shit.
come from?
Bro.
He's won, right?
Yeah.
That's over.
He just hit the Siacalypse off the apron through a table.
Wow.
Did not expect that. Let me tell you.
That was a good finish, and I'm glad that they didn't really tell us the table was there, because that makes it even more shocking when he does it. Oh, Sandman's looking at it. Yeah, there you go. Siaki's like, yeah, I did it. And Sandman's is waiting, and he just smashed him over the head with a kendo stick.
Yeah,
Crowd loved that. Dallas, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's like a "We Support Sosa" sign.
I've seen that, yeah.
I don't know if this is when he had like a corked bat issue, or I don't know. Something must have happened with him. I figure I'd point it out. He's a baseball player, by the way.
Oh, that's the Sosa.
For the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, that's why there's the Cubs flag right in front of that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I know sports.
You don't know shit.
I know that Sonny Siaki just won.
You didn't know Nikita Koloff when he came out.
That's not true. Wait,
Sandman's got a question marks. Who's he? So we don't know who he's wrestling.
Okay.
Mystery. Is that tonight?
No, that's next week, I think. I thought that's what they said. Special one-on-one interview. Who is this girl? Raven. Raven, we're going to touch on your history here in your eventful career. ECW. An integral part of Extreme Championship Wrestling. Would you agree with that, Bob? Raven Dreamer and Raven Sandman, 2 of the best feuds in wrestling history?
Yeah. Certainly the best in ECW.
Oh. He's paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for the flock in WCW. Just spent a year with his buddies. It's not bad.
No, it's not.
Always talking about disagreement with Eric Bischoff. Raven says he doesn't know if disagreement's the right word.
Is this the TNA talk thing?
No, I don't think so. Just Mike today interviewing people.
Oh, he's talking about the Bischoff like walking out thing.
Yeah. If you want to quit, there's the door. So Raven left.
I don't want to be here, so I did.
Which I think is pretty interesting. Good for Raven. Talking about being misused in WWE, Raven says, you mean shit on.
Who the fuck hired our Who the fuck hired Raven?
Your president's in the NWA-TNA. Basically saying someone with no charisma rose to the top. Talking about Jarrett.
He loves the shitting on this guy.
Well, if all this stuff we're reading about backstage is true too, it kind of makes sense all here.
I think he really feels this way.
Yeah. He's talking about how does he feel about the D'Lo AJ match. He's insulted because he's not in a number one contender match. He knows. Ask anyone in the asylum and across the world. It's bullshit, Mike. It's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Your thoughts about the attack by Vince Russo. 53-year-old man. Fantasy life. Went to wrestling school in his 30s and walked out in the first few weeks.
Because he's a pussy.
Listen,
I feel are we getting a little bit too much Raven promo? Like, this is a second promo, isn't it? I know it's a sit down earlier in the day, but we have already heard from him before.
I do think that's a little weird, but if he's not wrestling on the show, I could see why they were probably trying to do this to have him on the show more, but...
Yeah. Nate is great. Okay. All right.
Okay, so I talked about it being your destiny. Not the brightest movies ever made. Always saying big words and stuff that doesn't make sense to me, but I like it. Rebellion. Shaking hands with the intangible. Measure the abstract with concrete gauges. He's saying lots of stuff right now. Just picture Raven saying stuff that sounds really cool, but doesn't really make a lot of sense. That's what he's saying.
He says stuff that makes you tune out.
And you're like, whoa. Sometimes. And you just look in those eyes and you're like, welcome to Ravens, Clockwork Orange, House of Fun. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Nevermore.
All right, now here's, what's her name, Tyson? Oh, Dallas has muted me. Neither one of these girls dancing is lollipop, and it's likely because of the heat. But the whole lollipop incident.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm sorry. I just got this popsicle. So.
Oh, did you happen to text her and be like, "Hey, bitch, get me a freeze pop"?
No, I said, "Do we got any of them?"
That's funny.
Oh, so Goldilocks is
here, so I don't have to listen to whatever Harris brother here.
This is Don Harris as Bob walks away for his pizza, being interviewed by Goldilocks. Is he refusing to tag with Ron Killings? Second of all, oh my God! He said he will not tag with their kind. He says, and Elix Skipper's looking in the background like, what the fuck? Elix Skipper's calling him out. What do you mean? Okay, so we were not lying this whole time when we've called the Harris brothers racist pieces of shit. Okay, this is Brown Harris now. You heard what he said. He's talking about him throwing the race card around. I need Bob to get back here right now. Look, they shook hands. See, we like you. We like you, even though we're racist pieces of shit. No big deal. It's time for the Asylum Alliance match. B. James and Conan versus Chris. Oh wait, sorry, we had 2 of them tonight. I was reading the bottom one on the list here. Okay, so Don Harris is the one any part with teaming with Their Kind. Oh. Asylum Alliance Tournament matchup.
David Young, great. The human fast forward button for me.
Bob. I can't believe you just missed what you just missed.
What did I miss?
Don Harris has refused to tag with Ron Killings because he will not team with Their Kind, he said.
Oh my God.
So as I said, we have been right this whole time that they're racist pieces of shit. And Elix Skipper's in the background and he looks over like, what the fuck did you just say? And so he went over and he said, what do you mean by that? And they're like, you heard what I said.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm glad I didn't see that.
Well, here comes Tracy. Something better. Holy crap. I can't believe what I just heard come out of his mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that this is the same year where Triple H cut that promo on Booker T saying that, oh, your kind aren't world champion material. And they've tried to say that he was referencing that Booker T was a WCW wrestler.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And it's like, you guys realize that Triple H was a WCW wrestler, right?
Here comes Ron Killings, who apparently doesn't have a partner now because he's a Nazi. Is he? If you've been following our podcast for a long time, a match got cut. Off the top of my head, it was in the first 10 weeks.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And the match got cut from Impact Plus. So if you go, you cannot find this match. It's Malice versus Don Harris in a tables match. You can find it on Daily Motion if you're interested in watching, or in your own collection. And he was wearing a Nazi shirt. So we don't like the Harris brothers.
Yep. Holds true here. That's great. Your kind.
Dude, I can't believe that. JB's like, well, yeah, I guess he is alone. Yeah.
Well, do they not like watch the big screen where he says this shit? Like, they're just like, where? I don't know where he is.
They didn't believe him.
Mm. Frank Killings against David Young and Tracy in a handicap match.
And this is an Anarchy Asylum or Alliance, Anarchy Alliance or Asylum Alliance. What the fuck is this called? Asylum Alliance Tournament.
I thought it was an Anarchy Alliance match.
Anarchy Alliance match. My apologies. Holy shit, dude.
Now, what? Now, I still don't even understand. So, if you win this, what do you get? A tag title match?
Maybe. I think so.
Desire. Did you know? And I can't remember where I heard this, but Desire and Sonny Siaki have a child together?
No way.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Yeah. Where I heard that on something.
Dude, that makes me really happy in a way, though. That's like good shit.
It might be on Hip Toss. Well, Sit Out Hip Toss. I can't remember the podcast. I'm going to say I heard it on the TNA Never Dies podcast with Aaron, Jenny, and JT, but I might be wrong on that. Where I heard it from, but I heard that he has him and Desire have a child.
I'd like to point out, it's so warm in here. My popsicle is already turning to liquid.
That is insane, Dallas.
Bob knows off air. I'm currently melting in my office recording this currently.
Yeah, because he's the only person in America who doesn't have air conditioning.
Well, that's not quite true, but...
Well, I'm sure there's other people who don't have it, like, people in jail.
Hey, we just bought some today, okay? We just got to put them in. Top rope leg drop by Ron Killings.
You know what? People in jail probably do have air conditioning, actually.
I have no interest in this match, by the way.
No kidding, I don't either. Oh, hey, Tracy just came off the top rope to give Ron Killings a vagina right to the face.
That's what. Look at Desire. Oh, okay, honey. She calls that the pie in the sky.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so Bob was right.
I would have called it the flying vagina. That's way better.
Holy shit, that was wicked funny.
That's snap suplex by David Young. 1, 2, great.
Yes, David Young has been so impressive.
That should be a question for Jeff Jarrett too. How in the world did David Young have a job for as long as he did in TNA?
Did you think David Young was super impressive in 2003?
What's your favorite David Young match? Or the Jeff Jarrett be like, well. Tracy stomping away on Ron Killings. He's not really selling it. Oh, now she's like, look at my butt cheeks after I just kicked you a bunch. And then David Young clotheslined from the apron. I love how that's every woman's reaction in wrestling in the mid 2000s, that if they do something and the man like no sells it, they're like, I will suck your dick.
They're like, okay, I'll do that for you instead.
That's ridiculous.
David Young just keeps kicking Ron Killings in the back. That's it. Tracy didn't get the tag. She just jumped down. Yeah, she said I can't do it. Oh, roll up by Ron Killings. 2 count. Bob, we've just crossed the 48-minute and 35-second mark here. That's where we're at. And it's been a really long 45 minutes. And I don't know if it's just because I'm hot as fuck right now. Or
No,
what.
no. I'm in an air-conditioned room. And this feels like I've watched WrestleMania 7, which is about 4.5 hours long, 3 times. A wheelbarrow facebuster by Ron Killings. Could you imagine being... I hope the Asylum doesn't have air conditioning. Could you imagine being there live watching this?
I don't think it does. I think we talked about that before, to be honest with you.
Oh, I think you're right.
I don't think it does. And now, Bob, have you ever been in the Pastime Athletic Club?
Oh, my God.
With no air conditioning?
Yeah.
In a packed gym with 350?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? You know their solution to that is they just... they open the door. The door. As if there's going to be enough air that comes through there. Get the hell out of here. Who knows? Maybe nowadays the Pastime Athletic Club has air conditioning.
Maybe.
It's been 5 years. 6 years.
At one show, they gave out fans.
Yep. I do remember that. But you know what? I think the first show I went there was in June. I remember walking in there like, holy fuck.
Yeah, you know.
So I learned my lesson. Anytime I go to the Pastime Athletic Club in the summertime, wear shorts.
Going for the pie in the sky, but Killings catches her with a sit-down powerbomb.
She looks like she hit the back of her head on the mat, so she's going to roll out of there. Or not. Oh my God. Here's the nurse, Simply Luscious. Miss Veronica. Or Nurse Veronica, whatever they said. Oh. The vertical suplex turn stunner by Ron Killings. She's literally checking on her in the ring. No. She missed her cue there, it looks like. David Young kicks out. Does she have a medical degree to be doing this?
It doesn't look like it the way she's doing it, but whatever. What do I know? Well, that forward suplex.
Straight out front suplex. Andrew Thomas is literally flirting with Desire, and she's like, "Oh, he's like, hi, yeah, how you doing? How's the family? Yeah, good. Oh, cool, great. What are you doing for 4th of July?" Ron Killings. Oh, Nurse Jackie finally got her cue, and then she low blows Ron Killings. And then she runs.
Nurse Veronica.
What did I say? Nurse Jackie?
Yeah.
That's a show. 1, 2. Oh my God! David Young just pinned Ron Killings after a spine buster. I hope David Young and Tracy get a tag team title match. Let's do it. Oh, she's so happy. We did it, David.
She's kissing him, but Desire is like, bitch, he's mine, even though really Siaki is.
Oh,
but...
Yep. Oh.
Cat fight. Oh, okay.
Jeez. I can see why Sonny Siaki gave her a child.
Allegedly.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I heard it. I just don't remember where I heard it from.
Are they still together, though?
Oh, I don't know. I know that Sonny Siaki doesn't have a kidney.
Goldilocks is talking to Jeff Jarrett backstage, trying to take away the title. You gotta have a ton on your mind. You got TNA officials breathing down your neck. Return of Vince Russo. Oh, for tonight and tonight only, let's forget about TNA officials and Vince Russo. He's going to concentrate on one man, his opponent, Glen Gilberti. I certainly haven't lost sight. If Glen Gilberti and Sports Entertainment Extreme capture this title, we're going back to that. Like, what if they had the belt?
TNA would go out of business the next day.
Yeah, it would. Could you imagine if they rebranded as Sex? Bischoff complains about it being called TNA nowadays. Imagine if they were called Sex.
And now here comes the Sex Heavyweight Champion. Oh my God.
Remember, we did have a Sex Australian Heavyweight Champion for 1 week. John,
that's true. Maybe that was like a tester.
Oh,
here's Eric Watts.
Oh, she doesn't want to talk to him. She said, cut the camera. She said, I don't want to talk.
Dude, banger.
Oh, you locked me in a storage locker. They did not cut the camera, by the way.
Is he handcuffing her?
What is that? Oh, he put a fragile tag on her? He doesn't take anything seriously. Rips off the fragile tag. Eric Watts is like, I can be serious.
He's got sunglasses on.
Yeah, where'd you get those?
She doesn't like a funny guy.
That's it, Eric.
I love you. It's over, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's done.
Man, you can't be funny all the time, Eric. You're talking to a guy that uses humor to push people away. You can't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Well, Chris Harris, we're going to find his decision out soon. We still haven't hit a fucking hour. Whew. My iced tea is not iced anymore. My popsicle melted. Let's go.
You should crack open an egg and see if it just cooks over there. Get some water and see if you can boil it.
What is this? Oh, it's a flashback to Daniels and Skipper, I think, talking.
It's like a Twilight Zone flashback.
Yeah.
We're a dream team. And they got their theme music playing as they do another video package. I'm surprised they still include Loki since he's hurt.
Well,
Dallas, are you taking your pants off to cool down?
No.
Oh, all right.
I'm wearing shorts.
That hasn't stopped me from taking my shorts off before.
Wow.
It doesn't even have a window open. Oh.
It's probably still just as hot outside, and if I open the window, then there'll be like a bird like chirping in my ear the whole time. And our listeners don't want to.
9 o'clock at night?
You never know, dude. It's still almost 80 out right now, so opening the window ain't gonna help me at all. X. Okay, here we go.
Oh my God! No.
What the heck was that?
Oh, American Most Wanted. I was wondering whose theme music that is. I don't like the one girl. I think it's the new girl there on the right-hand side because, well, this is the reason why I don't like her, but it was just a little weird. But as she was dancing, the way the light did, you could see all of her cellulite up and down her leg, and it looked like cottage cheese.
Bob.
I'm just saying, dude.
Well, to be fair, the lighting they do have over there is not flattering for them at all. Like, look at this.
Yeah, no, it's horrible, dude. I think that's the
That
girl.
was her face.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Oh, looks like... Is he picking Chris
Well,
Sabin?
I think he's saying you're going to pick me.
Oh, so maybe he didn't pick yet? Oh, he's making the announcement in front of the world. He said that earlier, apparently. So Storm and Saban are coming to the ring, and he's going to make the decision. And Daniels and Skipper are ringside. And here comes James Storm.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, wait, so it's just going to be like a Maury Povich episode? It's like, who do you choose?
You are not the father.
My current boyfriend is like, he's got a drug problem, but
Personal friends.
An alleged drug problem. And then this new guy, he's like, this new guy, his friends are a little mean, but like he's maybe misunderstood. So which side are you going to go? Are you going to go with what you know in James Storm? Or are you going to switch sides and go with the rebels? He looks very emotional. I like how Christopher Daniels is explaining it to Skipper as if he doesn't know what's going on. So that's America's Most Wanted, Alex. He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, uh-huh.
Brother to brother. Listen, I got my tights on now. I took my sleeping shirt, Gold's gym shirt off.
And if you read the back of my trunks, it says America's Most Wanted. So as a result, I have to pick you because it would just make sense.
In front of the people, in front of the people at the asylum, and in front of everyone watching on pay-per-view, he's gonna turn his back and be like, "I'm gonna choose you, Chris Sabin."
James Storm, I want you to do one thing right now. I want you to read my ass. What does it say? That's right. AMW. I love you, man.
When they put us together, everyone thought it was a joke. I don't know. This just doesn't feel right. Why is Harris cutting like a heel promo, like yelling at James Storm right now? We've done to this business! We've done everything there is to do as a tag team in less than 12 months.
So split us up, Russo.
To have a successful tag team, you have to have trust. And since you don't trust me, I'm picking Chris Sabin.
I don't trust you, James Storm, because of your personal reasons. We all know it because it's drugs. You're an alcoholic, and now you've gone to drugs.
All good things must come to an end.
That's why, Chris Sabin, I'm breaking up with you.
The problem is,
I'm not ready for it to end.
Yeah. It's America's Most Wanted. We've only just begun. Woo! Woo! I feel... Dude, the crowd doesn't give a shit. I hate to say.
No, they're kind of like, boo. Sabin's. Oh, hey, Chris Sabin's an idiot. He's trying to attack him, and there's two of them in there. Oh, there we go. Heart attack. Bam. Daniels and Skip aren't even helping him.
Oh, give him the finger.
Yeah. Yeah, get out of there, Chris. What the hell is going on?
What they're about to do? Hit a 3D on him?
No, probably just a double clothesline, some stupid shit.
Yeah, literally.
What's wrong with you, Chris? What the hell, man? How did you not pick us? So I don't even know who are these guys wrestling? Do we know?
Yeah, we do. Oh, BG, James, and Conan. Get it? Got it? Good.
PG James. He was formerly of sex, and now he's not.
He also had some weird thing hanging from his chin.
Yep.
But he's back, and none of that's the case anymore. Well, Daniels is going to stay out for commentary. Okay. His tag team partner from San Diego, California. Conan, who has a herniated disc, so I'm sure he's going to not be in any pain at all during this match.
He's probably not going to do shit.
Oh, yeah, okay, here he goes.
Well, he's going right after him. Never mind. Oh, Daniel's saying that Chris Harris has made the worst mistake that he could have ever made. He chose the past instead of the future. Oh, jeez. Conan just did like a backwards roll on his herniated disc and then just got drop kicked by Harris.
Oh, look at this.
Whoa.
Oh.
Jesus.
Storm
just...
he jumped off the back of Harris to the top rope and then senton to the floor. And here comes Harris with a crossbody.
None of this is good for Conan's back.
I feel for the guy now. Now, hashtag Ask Jeff. Conan had a herniated disc in his back on June 4th, 2003.
Did you tell him just to suck it up?
Did you tell him he had to work, Jeff? Did ya?
We should do like a very vague question. Like, hi Jeff. Yeah, long time fan. We've listened since the beginning. Question: have you ever forced a worker to wrestle injured?
But specifically in 2003, they might have been a challenger for your title at one point. I don't know.
Jabs here by BG Jabes on Chris Harris.
Oh,
dancing out. Suck it. That's a trademark.
Oh, off the rope. Boom, boom. Wiggle knees. Suck it.
Wiggly, and suck it, bitch. Knee drop.
BG James.
Oh, you didn't know?
Get it? Got it? Good. Conan tags in now. Here we go, baby.
Kick to the arm. Oh, I gotta get my pizza. Can't miss. What?
Oh, look at this. Holy shit.
Maybe I should let my pizza freaking burn. Who cares?
You know, crazy submission here on is that Harris, I think. Whips Harris against the rope. Conan goes down again. Leapfrog. Double shoulder block, it looked like there. BG James wants the tag.
I'm back. Come on, BG, get that hot tag. Here it is. The crowd is not caring about either one of the hot tags. That's a shame.
Oh, tilt-a-whirl head scissor. Conan coming in though. No. Oh. Okay. Sort of.
What the hell was that?
I think it's supposed to be a hurricane rana, but he got him at like the under the armpits.
Yeah, like Conan was going for a spine buster or something, but Storm like hooked him on his armpits. That was weird. Whoa. Storm is fired up. I think American was wanted to winning this. Storm seems to be pretty motivated here.
Yeah, and usually when he's not, you can see it on his face. He's got a boo-boo face, as Bischoff says.
Yeah. Back suplex by Conan on Christopher Harris. We are at 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 26 seconds if you are watching along.
Well, just think, we only have just under 50 minutes left.
Yeah, by that time, my pizza will be cold.
Eat it.
I'm not eating it on the air. I'll have to mute myself all the time, and I want to enjoy it. Okay, this isn't a freezy pop where I can just, suck on the juice in my 105-degree room.
It's probably warmer than that in here.
I can't do that.
The ice pop was melting in my hands.
Yeah, she handed it to me and it was ice. I turned around and it was juice. It was weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This match is breaking down here. Oh, pump handle slam. Up. And no. Storm slips out and comes back. Super kick into the chest. He never hits him in the chin. That's 1, 2. Oh, no.
So I want to give a shout out here.
Oh, okay.
So I think we have a new listener.
Oh, I did see this. I saw you replied to them, right, in the DMs?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Jeremy Ball, who listened to our first episode and really enjoyed it, and he was hoping that he doesn't actually have to follow along in terms of watching the stuff, so he can listen to it at work. So, Jeremy, I hope that if you start from the beginning, I would assume it's probably going to take you about 6 months to catch up to us here. But hopefully you've enjoyed it thus far. And I hope everybody else that's listening and not necessarily following along visually is enjoying
Me too.
podcast.
And I was enjoying the show, sort of, until the Harris brothers just came out and now are attacking Conan with the NH bomb.
Great. And I have also some great news regarding a former Impact Wrestling superstar.
Oh.
Davey Richards has signed with MLW.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, if he signed, I'm assuming he has to show up.
Well, he's in like the open draft thing, I guess they're doing. So I would assume he signed something.
Wow.
AMW with the win, though. So James Storm is a happy camper tonight.
That's fine. They needed to win that.
Yeah. I don't like the Harris brother thing, but, you know.
Well, remember, they got beat up before. Now, as we were giving
right.
that shout out there, James Storm and Daniels were exchanging words, which is definitely hinting toward a Triple X America's Most Wanted match, potentially at the anniversary show, which was what I was hoping for, so that'd be cool.
I think the winners of this Anarchy Alliance thing are getting a tag title match. That's what I'm thinking.
Me too, which is what I'm thinking is leading toward the anniversary show.
1 week ago, oh, they're showing another highlight video. Surprise. Oh.
Yeah, what a shock.
Davey is supposed to be at the 2CW thing, isn't he?
Yeah, he was. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, but he's a known like no-show guy, so don't hold your breath.
I don't think he'd no-show over a 2CW. It seems...
No, I'm saying like he's done this before where he's like, oh, I'm coming back. And then he's like, nah.
Oh, in that case, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not coming in.
Well, as we're getting...
He was an EMT, wasn't he?
Yes, he still is, yeah. We're Facebook friends.
I was Facebook friends with him until one day his thing got hacked and I saw a guy sucking another guy's dick on his Facebook page. And I was like, well, this probably isn't going to work out. And I'm not even joking. He got hacked and somebody was spamming his shit with all that stuff.
Wow. Yeah, if I'm on Facebook, I'm not really looking for porn.
No, and I'm not looking for porn on Twitter either. And there's a lot of times I'll be at work scrolling through and then people that I follow will then share, their favorite porn star just getting railed. And it's like,
why do you do that? Why do you guys do that on your...
Yeah, what is the point?
Have a separate page if you want to do that shit.
Yeah.
But speaking of Twitter, as we're seeing this flashback, if you want to, have some fun interactions with us and stuff, give us a follow at Cross the Line TNA over on Twitter, and we're on Facebook also. If you like Facebook without porn, we don't post porn.
Right.
It's at TNA Cross the Line Pod, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well.
I tried really hard to get Dallas to show Lollipop's breast, but he was adamant in not doing that.
I put a censor on.
Yeah, but I wanted you to show it.
Well, first off, our quality currently isn't too great. You wouldn't have seen much. Look at Kid Cash in his best like return to the ring Bret Hart attire with the jean shorts and tank top.
Why? I understand that he dragged Trinity, but why is she with him?
Contract.
Is that what it is?
That's what they've teased, at least. So that's what I'm going with. Dude, he's literally wearing the Bret Hart WrestleMania 26 attire. He's
wearing like Bret Hart Foundation 97 stuff. He's got his jeans and a shirt on.
And the tall boots with the socks.
Shorts.
Tall boots with the socks, dude. So Goldilocks gets the microphone ripped out of her hand.
Oh, she's pissed.
He says, first, let me start off by telling you, Goldilocks, the opinion. I have of you. I'm sure this is going to be real great.
I think your reaction at that Nokia phone thing was totally justified.
Oh, the first thing that comes to mind is a little stick with a pair of tits. Get your ass out of my face, bitch. Wow, what a nice guy.
Very vulgar.
And he goes, and as for you, and he points at Trinity, who's wearing a very bizarre outfit right now.
Yeah, what is up with that?
He can't keep his composure. You've done everything in your power to slander, to slander the name of Kid Cash. Today's like, what? Okay, so the crowd are chanting KID though. So what's that tell you?
They support abusive boyfriends.
Well, we're in Nashville.
What does that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I'm just saying we're in Nashville.
Do you think there's domestic violence issues in Nashville, Tennessee?
A couple people I know who live in Nashville don't, but you never know.
Okay. No. Wait, is he the X Division champion?
No, Saban is.
Well, then what the hell is he talking about? He's not the X Division. He just said I'm still the X Division champion.
Because he probably should be, but Trinity screwed him.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be saying that because that confuses me.
I love his fluffy hair. Look how it looks like just as like straightened as Goldilocks'.
They probably have the same shampoo.
Look at Goldilocks standing with her. And also, Goldilocks shared a picture recently of her and Trinity, like a photo shoot, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Wasn't it like a calendar?
It might have been.
Like for a calendar?
You want to be back at Kid Cash's table. You want to get... Oh. You're going to have to satisfy the needs of all the millions of Kid Cash fans if you want to be back in his good graces.
Goldilocks is getting in a position to do something to him.
She's walked around in a full circle now.
I feel like she's going to kick him in the nuts.
So do I. So he said he collected emails. Look, she's walking again. Oh, you gotta get on your knees right now.
Every time. It's like once a show, you gotta tease doing oral sex.
Kiss the master's ass. Well, it could have been worse.
All right.
Are we about to see Kid Cash butt cheeks right now?
I doubt it.
She said no. She's like, I'm not doing that. Oh, God. I don't like this.
Yeah, choker.
Oh.
Oh, punch.
Oh.
Get him, Trinity.
Goldilocks, are you going to do something about this? Oh.
Whoa.
She's sick of his shit. Look at this.
Look at Goldie standing up to this guy. I like it.
Do you hear the words coming out of her mouth? Remember, she's a nut. Remember at the store.
Yeah, she... Don't mess with her cell phone.
Kid Cash is laughing at her now. Says he didn't realize where this was all going. But you just let the cat out of the bag. Oh. Everyone in the back's been wondering what's going on with you two. Oh. They're meeting up at the sushi bar.
The crowd is like, hell yeah, dude.
Oh. Oh, they're bumping donuts behind the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. Carpet munching at the New York Carpet World. Jesus.
No, kid. I've been sucking Eric Watts' dick in the fucking Motel 8.
Oh, she thinks that Trinity would rather bump donuts with her than be unsatisfied with her little Limp Biscuit. And he just slapped Goldilocks.
Oh, my God.
The crowd's pissed. Who's that?
Slapped the shit out. Eric Watts, right?
Oh,
eye poke. I love how an eye poke just stops your momentum.
look how little Kid Cash is compared to Eric Watts. Look at, whoa!
Oh, he blocked it. Countered powerbomb.
Oh, shit, dude. That was a big-ass powerbomb.
Eric Watts is fired up.
Eric Watts with the face turn of the century here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Clotheslines Kid Cash out of the ring.
I mean, Cash could make Eric Watts look like $1 million, I'll tell you that.
Dude, yeah, he could, actually.
Why do I feel like Trinity is going to fucking destroy Goldilocks now?
And be like, actually, I like it.
Oh. No. Oh, shit.
Smash Mouth, get
you
ready.
Don't give this guy a chair. Great, here we go. Yep, see you later. There goes Eric Watts. He's dead. I feel like Trinity is about to, like, deck Goldilocks or something.
Something's weird, isn't it?
Something is Phil's off.
Look at his face. He knows
He is
something's
fucking
up.
deranged. I feel like he's gonna be like, "No, Trinity, do it," and
Kiss
she'll be like,
my
"Okay,
ass.
twist of fate on fucking Goldie Lines." Maybe not. Eric Watts is already up. What the fuck? Oh,
Holy
God.
shit.
Left-handed choke slam.
Oh, and he
Oh,
makes Kid Cash kiss his ass.
fucking ass in his face. Kiss her. Oh,
Bump donuts behind the Dunkin' Donuts.
that's right.
Oh, Kid Cash. Okay, stop doing so many moves. Have a match if you're going to do this.
How many power bombs can we see?
Oh, Buckle Bomb.
Buckle bomb. Okay. Is Trinity gonna rub her ass in his face like a stink face here? No, maybe not. Oh, piece of shit. Oh, spit on him. Oh, stepping on his groin. Is every episode going to be Kid Cash having to grab his groin in pain? Like, is that the new joke?
And need some Ben Gay.
Yeah. Oh, my dick. Oh, God. Why'd you do that? Oh, God, my dick.
I can't believe they just made Eric Watts the biggest face in the company.
Give him a title match against Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, look. Glenn is on the phone now.
The crowd was chanting three-way, by the way.
Oh. Oh, he's like, where are you? And then he says, what do you mean you don't think I've been acting serious? I've never been more serious in my life. I'm assuming he's on the phone with Russo? You just need to get them here.
Yeah, I think so.
See you in a few.
See you in a few.
He flips his phone.
Oh, it was.
Oh, okay, yeah, he said he was.
Sanders doesn't believe that Russo will be there.
People calling us a joke and stuff. For 11 years, he's been the Disco Inferno. Yeah, tonight he's got the chance to make the joke on everyone else when he walks out as champion, and that is the facts. And then Mike Sanders is like, well, you are S-O-L.
Win some gold for sex. And then Disco's like, I got no problem with that.
But yeah, let's not forget, Styles and D'Lo here talking to each other even though they're about to have a match, so that's kind of weird.
I like how they're just randomly standing by the doors and the camera had to walk up to them. Oh, hi, Goldie. Nothing but respect, dude. Nothing personal.
There's Eric Watts in the background.
Eric Watts waiting.
It's nothing personal, all business. Styles is like, just zip it. She's like, what? He goes, your face. All you need to know about this match is that we're going to tear the house down, and then I will do the landscaping after. Okay, it's going to be a sellout. Try and follow this, he says.
Oh, boy. Oh, I thought you... Okay, they turned away. Well, Goldilocks seemed more receptive to that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so we're going to determine a number one contender here.
My life.
This is the phenomenal AJ
Styles.
Like that said, Sosa is heels, so we don't like him anymore.
No, see, I'm gonna figure this out. 2003. I don't know if the corked bat was in 2003.
And his opponent from Chicago. I like how D'Lo like jiggles out to the ring.
Oh, it was. It was in 2003.
Wow.
Wait. Yeah, on June 3rd. The day before this.
Wow.
That's crazy. He's the last guy to get caught using a cork bat.
Wow, look at that. He's a heel.
He is. That's funny.
Okay, we shake hands. Code of honor. Here we go.
Whoever they get the next shot. Who is going to be the number one contender? This is a dream match that we've been waiting for.
Be proud. Oh, D'Lo with back of it with a shoulder block. Oh, reversing the powerbomb. Oh, ducking the high kick and come back. Nope. Lots of reversals. We're so even. We're both wearing the same color tights still, as if we're a tag team.
Well, they don't want to admit that their tag team is over.
I don't blame him. D'Lo can't believe that he hit him. He's like, oh my God.
It's nothing personal. It's just business.
Everyone's like on their feet. We're zooming out as if this is a 5-star match already.
Well, they haven't really done nothing. Lock up. D'Lo just shoving AJ into the ropes a few times. Oh, Styles some wild strikes here. Knees, more punches. Mm-hmm. Comes off the ropes. D'Lo catches him. Canatonic.
Oh, whoa.
Counter, Styles roll up, but D'Lo rolls through, drop kick to a seated AJ. Right in the face. Oh, right hand to AJ. Staggers him into the corner. Oh, D'Lo misses a splash. Chop by Styles. Springboard off middle rope. He goes, wow. Nice elevation. Oh, reverse DDT. Nice elevation there by AJ.
I didn't think he was going to land that on D'Lo, so that was pretty impressive.
Well, he wasn't even hunched over. He was standing completely up.
Yeah.
More chops here by AJ. I'm surprised you haven't passed out from heat stroke yet there, Dallas.
I'm pretty warm right now. It's starting to get to me, but we're pushing through.
Now, is your air conditioning, it's in your living room now? Or bedroom, maybe?
Well, it's not actually even in yet, so it's not even on.
Oh, so when are you guys going to do that?
After I get off of this. Literally the minute we're done, I'm going to go put it in.
Okay, good.
Oh, big clothesline by D'Lo. Taking the head off of AJ Styles. The crowd standing, but probably because JB's telling him to.
I would imagine. You guys got to stand up that way in my article. I can be like, the fans were standing on their feet.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, though. This is... D'Lo said try to follow this. I mean, Gilberti and Jarrett's not going to be better than this match, so... Holy shit!
Fuck, D'Lo.
Whoa.
D'Lo got a running head start and proceeded to springboard off the top rope to do a moonsault. Where's the replay on that, TNA?
Dude, that was nuts.
Holy crap.
Oh, super kick to D'Lo. Now, I could see why one of our fans on Twitter was saying D'Lo was like next level in 2003, because if this is like the start of some crazy shit he's going to do like that, I can understand it.
Yeah, what in the world?
Springboard drop kick to D'Lo gets knocked out of the ring, though.
AJ probably going to do his somersault dive to the floor here. I cannot believe that he freaking did that. Here we go. Springboard. Caught. Backdropped on the aisle there by D'Lo. Wow. This has gotten my interest because of that springboard off the top rope. Tails, do you think it's hot enough in your room that your tattoos would melt off?
No.
Oh, okay.
D'Lo's on the top rope. Styles is still on the floor. This should be really good.
Is he about to frog splash this guy on the floor? On the top rope? Oh my God.
Oh,
He hit it.
dude. That was nuts.
Wow. Wow.
To the floor, on the ramp, not even on the pads.
No, I can see why this guy's like, follow that. They're just doing all these freaking nut things, man. Jeez. Wow.
Holy
They're on the
shit.
floor.
Dude.
That can't be good for your knees.
No.
Sheesh.
And that was the low down, right?
I think so. I think the sky high is like the sit out move. Oh, here's Raven.
And the
Alexis
gathering.
Lurie. Yeah, and Julio. He's got a chair.
And Alexis. Hello, Alexis Lurie.
You think Raven hooked up with her?
I'm going to say probably not, but...
I think Alexis
Is it?
Lurie's the type of girl where she would let you snort cocaine off her butt.
What the fuck? I guess if you're hanging out with Raven.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If Raven was there, he's probably like, Alexis, let me just snort it off your ass. And she'd be like, okay.
Jesus. Raven's married, isn't he?
I have no idea. Is he?
Oh, Pele.
Pele. Both better knocked out.
Raven's watching close.
Did he say a Styles kick?
Is that what he said?
I thought I heard him say Styles with a Styles kick instead of a Pele kick. Is he
It did
trying to
sorta.
rename it?
He might be trying. Tornado DDT, but D'Lo counters. Set Styles back on the top rope.
Oh, Styles punching back.
Oh,
Ooh, D'Lo with a cutter in midair. Styles jumped out the middle rope. 1, 2. Oh, Styles kicks out at 2.
oh man, Don West exclaims. Alexis is like, listen, can we go get tacos after this? And Raven's like, no, I have to get you back home to mom and dad. Oh, D'Lo climbed up to the top and gets crotched.
God. That's gotta hurt.
You gotta just like take that, right? Like there's no easy way to do that.
Probably not. I mean, you probably want to get it on the padding and not on the metal rod.
You'd hope.
Yeah.
Going for a superplex here. Styles is up on the top, but looks like D'Lo's countering it. Oh boy.
Middle rope sky high. He hit it. That's gotta be it. 1, 2.
Oh!
You got pulled out. Pulled out by who? Julio?
Yeah, Julio. And Raven's in the ring with a chair now.
Yep. Who's he gonna? Oh, he's gonna hit D'Lo. See you later. That's for
D'Lo
injuring me in Ontario, you son of a bitch. Well, it's noticeable there that Raven kept the chair in the ring by the corner, so it's probably gonna play a part in something here. Styles going to the apron. D'Lo's laid out.
He's gonna go for a 450.
Oh,
That was really nice. D'Lo kicks out.
This is WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, chair shot to the head and then a 450 splash. The dude kicks out.
Kicking out of all the finishers.
Because he realized what was at stake. Thank you, TNA. But that chair is still in the ring. Styles calling for a Styles class. Look, he realizes there's a chair there.
Is he going to use it?
Dude, he's looking like he's gonna.
Okay. AJ going heel? Hook the leg. Oh, yep. Got it. That's heelish.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Whoa.
Got it. Pinned him.
Look, Raven comes in and takes the chair.
Smart. Well, he's not getting rid of it.
No, he's not.
AJ, turn around. You're a heel, but oh my god,
dude,
broke
the chair broke. Oh my god.
Jesus.
The back part of the chair flew off of it when he hit Styles.
Oh my god.
Dude.
I mean, good thing it's a plastic chair.
Is that one plastic?
I think so.
That one didn't look plastic to me. Oh, now red security comes out.
Yeah, where the hell?
Look at Julio, so nice helping.
If that was a metal chair, no way.
I don't know, dude. That one might have been metal.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah, I think you're right.
They've used plastic before, but that one looks metal to me.
That looks metal. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, I gotta say, that was a pretty good match.
That was good. Dios is like, what the hell happened?
Okay. Still to come.
Is that the next match? Is that the last match?
It is the last match here tonight, and we're at an hour, 32 minutes, and 38 seconds.
Oh, God.
We have literally like 19 minutes left, if I'm remembering correctly.
So they're probably going to go like, what, 15? Close to 15?
I bet you they go more like 10 to 12. But with the pre-match and interview, we're got probably at least one more segment. As Tanae's on his headset, something's going on in the back. Get ready. Then we're going to have a post-match segment.
Yeah.
It's Chris Harris, James Storm against David Young and Tracy. Yep. Winners get Triple X, and that's at the anniversary show.
I knew it.
Sandman against, we don't know, a surprise opponent next week in the Hard 10 tournament. Tanae's like, wow, what else as he goes back to his headset? Somebody's saying something, they're saying. And I announce it, he says. Are you ready for this? What's this? Okay. 1 week from tonight.
Tell us.
3-way dance. Okay, so 3-way dance. Well, winner of tonight's NWA title match and Raven and AJ Styles next week.
Wow.
Whoa.
They're not doing it at the anniversary show?
That's a week before the anniversary show. What is up with that?
That's an interesting approach.
Wow. Gilberti fucking looking ripped right now. Let's go. Jarrett's like, this is my... Oh, look what's behind him, though. I'm just pointing that out. There's a guitar over there.
Yep. I would have to hope that that Jarrett wins this, right?
I think it's pretty obvious that Jarrett's going to win this. And Glen's counting on Russo's help, but, like, really? I could see... Okay, I'm going to make a prediction, Bob. I'm saying it. Tonight is the official switch of Jeff Jarrett turning heel. I think we're about to see it.
Against Gilberti?
Yep. Double turn. Not really a double turn, but I think that Russo's going to help Jarrett, and it's going to, like, solidify that.
I think Jarrett's going to be... Russo's going to align with Jarrett. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be like, listen, I couldn't get rid of you, but now I love you, and I've always loved you because we're brothers, and I want to be your friend. And then Jeff Jarrett's going to be like, I missed you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But not necessarily turning Gilberti face, because I don't think anybody could really cheer for him.
No, that part I was just more joking about. But Jarrett's definitely, lights out, baby. What is this?
That's new.
Tokyo, Japan. Glasgow, Scotland. Birmingham, England. Nashville, Tennessee. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Sydney, Australia. Auckland, New Zealand.
Are they just naming
Belfast,
everywhere he's
Northern...
wrestled?
There are champions.
But then there's world champion. Oh, okay. There you go.
Wow, this is quite the
entrance here. In my world.
My world, my world.
My world. Is my world. Jeff Jarrett being the cool uncle at your cookout. Walk out. You guys ready to play some Can Jam? I'm here. Let's go. Does JB have to do his dramatic? Yeah, he's in there. Shit. Did he not introduce them as they came to the ring?
No. Total nonstop action entertainment.
Okay.
It's kind of weird.
We're not wrestling. We're entertainment.
From the world famous TNA Asylum.
Does Borash looks like the guy that won an auction to do the ring announcing?
To do the announcing.
Yeah. I paid $600 on eBay, and here I am.
230 pounds.
Gilberti looks to be in good shape, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Do you think Jarrett was like, okay, Glenn, don't hit me in the head this week? And Gilberti's like, are you fucking kidding me? Again?
Yeah, he's like, what? I gotta work slow or work light again.
What are the odds that they brawl in the crowd?
Wow, fucking 100%, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Undefeated, undisputed heavyweight
champion since November. Jeez, that's he's the longest reigning champion we've had by a long shot.
Fortunately,
but over half a year. Well, just about half. Almost 6 months. Ron Killings had it for what? 3? In 2 of those weeks, there weren't even shows.
Yeah.
Okay. Jarrett's got like bedhead.
Dude, his hair is nuts. I was thinking that too. You only get 1 week to enjoy it. Whoever wins, because you get Styles and Raven in a 3-way, which is you probably should have saved that for the anniversary. But what do I know?
Yeah, I don't understand that. That's really weird.
Unless we got something real big planned for the champion that show.
I don't know, but I mean. That would be your money feud, I would think. Money match, really.
I mean, I think so too, but what do we know? I'm a mock.
Mock, bro. You believe everything you see on the screen, though, bro. That's your fault, bro.
Okay, we're locked up now. 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 2 seconds.
So that's about, like, what? This is probably going 10 minutes.
That's what I said, yeah. I think it's going to go 10 minutes.
Locking up. These guys know each other so well. I'm not really sure if that's true or not, but they might know each other really well.
Jarrett's like, he's got him in the headlock. He's like, are you going to get me those changes before Tuesday night?
Vince Russo's a really tired guy.
Gilberti's like, yeah, baby. Yeah, you want us to fix the show? We don't want to do it Tuesday night. Vince is too tired to argue with you, bro.
Yeah. You did a leg sweep and Tanae's freaking out like, oh my God, Gilberti with a leg sweep. What a devastating maneuver. I don't know how to lock up.
Oh, off the ropes. Let's see. Yep, shoulder block. It was either that or ducking a clothesline. But look, Gilberti runs the ropes. Jeff Jarrett leapfrog. Gilberti comes back. Arm drag. No, reverse it. Gilberti with the arm drag.
He's back to wearing like he's back to wearing his disco pants, by the way.
No, he's been wearing those. They've just been black though, like they are.
Yeah, but like, he was wearing the camouflage ones there for a minute.
That was a while ago though. That was during Operation.
I said a minute.
Operation Sex. Wow, look, he's out wrestling Jarrett.
His arm drags to Gilbert. He's a wrestler.
Who would have known?
And Jarrett's like, what the? Shit. Oh, that's right. That's
comes back to an elbow, too. Yeah, does this look prelim, Meltzer? Does this look prelim?
I mean, kind of. His offense right now is what you would see on like Superstars in 1993 when a guy would be wrestling IRS and he had a heat segment and he hit an elbow in 3 punches.
Well, look at
Whoa. Jarrett
Jarrett.
takes him to the floor with like well, I don't know if I'd call it a spear. More like a tackle.
Yeah, same idea, but tackled him down. Oh my God, look at there's Tiny, the bell keeper. He's still got a job. How's his rent doing?
I thought he was fired.
No, Tiny's been there.
Oh.
Okay, Jarrett uses a chair. Lax rules, bro. Referee discretion, bro.
We're not in the crowd yet.
Dude, we're literally about to be, so thanks.
No.
You just jinxed us.
Into the railing. Back first. Let's Gilberti go.
Move as a steel steps, because the other posts, you just couldn't use a different one. You had to use this one and move the steps out of the way. Look at this. He's Irish whipping against the guardrail again. I don't know why you moved the steps. I guess they were just in the way.
I've never understood why people do a somersault into the railing. I don't think an Irish whip has that much steam behind it.
Maybe they trip.
Rotation.
Drops him down. Or as Tanay says, he elevates him. Then he drops him down. He's got another chair. Hits him in the gut with it. Who's this? It's Mike Sanders.
Oh, shit. I didn't even notice him. I thought it was a fan.
Dude, so did I.
Jarrett probably thinks it's a fan, too.
Oh, super kick to Jarrett.
Okay. What is this? Is that where the Young Bucks got that move from? They were watching this pay-per-view and like, wow, Sanders hit a nice super kick.
Yeah. He's looking at him and he's like, Jarrett, I'm sorry. I love you.
I hope fuck those guys.
Fucking Harris Brothers watching from the stands.
I hope Gilberti wins this, and then at the anniversary show, it's Jeff Jarrett against Mike Sanders.
Oh, wow.
That's what I hope. Hair versus hair match.
Or he's kind of going for the stroke right there, wasn't he?
Yeah, it looked like he was. Jarrett counters with some elbows.
What is this? Oh, drops him down. Drops Jarrett down. What's this? He's going to slingshot him?
Yeah, he had to look to see where the post was, as if it had moved. Catapults Jarrett face first into the ring post. Is Jarrett blading?
Yeah, he's blading right now. 100%. We've been in this match for roughly 4.5 minutes, and Jarrett's blading.
Let's see.
I guarantee you, dude, he's definitely bleeding. Oh, wait, he might not be.
I don't think he is. Oh, into the railing again.
I'm shocked.
I thought he was bleeding. Oh.
That's where the cameramen stand on these boxes that we built them.
Do you think you could stand on a little podium like that and hold the camera for 2 hours?
With the ring shaking and shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
No, we're in the ring again here, finally. Exchanging blows.
I'm honestly shocked that Jarrett is not busted open.
Dude, me too. I really am.
Oh,
Gilberti with a low drop kick there to the knee.
We're at 145-13. As Gilberti stomping on the knee. Because you got to have limb work, brother. Tell a story.
Hollywood loves lollipop. What a sign.
That's true.
I haven't seen Hollywood in about 2 or 3 months.
Focusing there on the knee. Oh, jamming it up there. Just get the figure 4 on already. I mean, we can counter it.
Oh, I know.
And then Tanay can be like, oh my God, that's his move.
Oh,
that he took from Ric Flair.
He just kicked Jarrett pretty hard in the head.
Good, he should. It's a receipt for Raven. Oh, spinning toe hold. Jarrett's tapping out, technically.
He look at him. He's like, ah.
Anytime you smack your hand on the mat there, that should be considered a tap out. But Jarrett fights back with some right hands.
Jarrett's strong point is not selling, specifically submissions.
Yeah, he doesn't really do that. Nope, Jarrett going, nope.
Jarrett was going for the figure 4, but Gilberti reversed it. And look, he's got an ankle lock. Look, this is your Ken Shamrock, Jeff Jarrett match right here. If you wanted to see what it looked like, this is what Jarrett looks like in a ankle lock. Just pretend that is Ken Shamrock, because it's the match that we wanted from about a year ago, but we didn't get it because Ken Shamrock left the company.
So why doesn't Disco just drop down, wrap his legs around Jarrett's leg? That way Jarrett can't go anywhere. And eventually he'll have to tap out or just break his ankle.
Well, you see, Gilberti's not a submission expert or specialist, I should say.
Oh, that's a tap out there. Jarrett technically tapped out. That's a tap out.
Can he get a
That's
rope?
a tap out. That's another tap out.
The flat palm on the mat, yeah. Oh, look, that's a tap
Oh, that's
for
a tap
sure.
out.
Jarrett.
Nope. That
Is he
wasn't a
trying to
tap out.
get
That was a
that baby face sympathy from the
He
crowd?
100% is. He could touch the rope with his mouth right now. What is he doing? No, there we
He
go.
could touch it with his mouth.
Yeah, there's Skipper and Daniels, because this is a big match. Kicked away is Gilberti by Jarrett. Irish whip. Gilberti off the ropes. Side Russian leg sweep. AMW's out here. They're wearing the same shirts. That's how you know they're cool.
Well, look, Gilberti going for the what is it? The Village People's Elbow.
Yeah, the YMCA elbow or whatever.
Nope, Jarrett reverses it.
Ankle lock, right?
No, he grabbed the leg. He's calling for it. Whoa!
In the middle of the ring? Oh, he's got locked.
Oh, Gilberti
immediately countered.
Whoa.
Oh, he's shaking his head, yes, and he's tapping. Gilberti should be the NWA World Champion. Oh, he caught it.
He knew he wasn't going to get the sympathy. He got the rope.
Dallas, if I were to put you in the figure 4, do you think it would hurt?
Oh, dude, yeah. The figure 4 does not feel good.
Okay, so then if you were to roll over, would it suddenly then make me in pain?
It does reverse it. It does reverse it.
Jarrett with a DDT, as we see Conan and Ron Killings kind of like in the balcony Raven's Nest thing.
Everyone's watching this, dude. No one wanted to watch Raven Jarrett, the match they built up for 3 months. No. Nope. What we wanted to see is Gilberti and Jarrett.
Yeah, well, Gilberti's going to take over. Got power. I feel like Jarrett has no power or control because it's not like he's the one making matches. He's getting told what he's doing. Oh. Right hand by Jarrett. Block. Another right hand. Another right hand. Another right hand. Gilberti counters. Irish whip. Jarrett with a swinging DD or a swinging neck breaker thing. 1, 2.
No.
Oh, Gilberti kicks out.
It was so close.
Blocks the kick, does Gilberti. Gilberti trying to do a leg sweep, but he can't reach the leg. Jarrett with an enziguri.
This is it.
1, 2. Oh, Gilberti kicks out again. How is he finding the strength to kick out of these kicks to the head? Sanders is there. Now we see Siaki. New Jack, I think, just walked by with his kid. We got Chris Save, Exhibition Champion. Jarrett on top rope, crossbody. Jarrett rolls through, or Gilberti rolls through. 2 count.
Dude, I thought I heard the ref's hand hit 3. Oh, I thought that was Sabu. It's AJ Styles.
Styles is standing up there. He's got my ribs hurt. So Jarrett going for a backslide, but Gilberti rolls, flips over, kick.
Last dance.
Last dance, also known as a stunner. 1.
It's Jarrett's last dance. Oh.
Oh my God, this is intense. I just had a coughing fit because I am just emotionally invested in this. Gilberti's got a chair. That's definitely a steel chair. Oh, he's gonna break his leg. Pillmanizer.
Oh, is he gonna do it? The ref's like, no. Oh,
he just did it. No, I guess there's no DQ.
Yeah,
is Jarrett gonna blade his ankle right now and bleed from his boot or what?
Well, apparently I missaw the time because I thought the show would be over by now. Oh my God!
Oh, Jarrett just stunned him or last danced him on the chair like he did in Styles.
Are you shitting me?
Gilberti kicks out because he's like, listen, dude, you can't repeat the same finisher in the same month.
Well, and when it is your own finisher, you do tend to kick out because you know the move.
Right.
It's like that's
your body's equipped to it.
Going for the last dance again. No, Jarrett pushes off. Going for a hit again. No.
Oh, counter.
Gilberti with the stroke on Jarrett.
He hits it. Oh, Jarrett, he can't kick out of his own move. 1, 2. Yes, he can.
Dude. The arms.
He just raises it up. Unbelievable. David Young. That's the closest he'll be to the NWA World Title.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Gilberti in the corner. Nope. Jarrett coming out. Blocks a punch. The referee moved the chair for some reason. Powerbomb. Like a delicate powerbomb. It wasn't really vicious or nothing.
It was pretty. That was a light one.
Yeah. He just plopped him down. No big deal. Gilberti with an elbow. Gilberti with another last dance. Nope.
Oh.
Shove him into the referee, you idiots. Why would you stand there?
Well, there's only 20 people ringside. Double clothesline, double down.
Double down. What are we going to do? Gilberti's on. Nope. I thought Gilberti was going to be on top there for a second.
Look, the fans are looking around like, okay, what's happening?
They know. This is like WCW. Okay, someone's going to run in. Great. It's the main event. We get it.
Oh, Russo.
That's Russo.
With a bat in hand.
What is he going to do? He's going to have to help Gilberti, I would imagine. It's sex, dude.
No, dude, he's going to hit him. Oh!
Oh, he just hit Gilberti with a baseball bat up chair.
Stroke.
Stroked him. 1, 2, 3, and Jarrett wins. Well, I guess Vince Russo's a babyface now, right? Is that what we're... Daniels is like, what the hell is that? Emo Vince Russo just back it up out of there.
Right. Okay. Raven, Jeff Jarrett, and AJ Styles.
We need answers, Russo. Tell us what is going on.
Explosion can be seen on these
Philadelphia, Dallas, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia. It's going slow enough I could actually read all of it. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Nashville, Tennessee. I would hope so. Grand Rapids, Michigan, Memphis, Tennessee, Louisville, Kentucky, Pensacola, Florida, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, well, guess where it's not.
Florence, Alabama again. Chattanooga. Columbus, Georgia. At New York City, Time Warner Cable. And you can NWA can be seen live at the Battle Zone Arena, McGee, Mississippi. Cornelia, GA, NWA Arena. Denmark, Wisconsin. Humboldt, Tennessee. Columbia, Tennessee. McKeesport, Pennsylvania. McGee, Mississippi. Cornelia, GA. Newport News, Virginia, at the Omni Hotel. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, at the Inferno Bar. Half of those weren't actual venues. They were hotels or bars.
Well, at least you can go and watch it somewhere.
I guess, yeah. All right, Dallas, where are we at for that one?
Man, I'm kind of split, to be honest. The first hour fucking sucked.
Yeah, that was bad.
So that's where I'm split. But the D'Lo Styles match was pretty good. And I'll be honest, the main event wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Kind of predictable. I like the Russo thing, though. Because, like, now I need to know what the hell Russo's, like, what's his agenda? What is he doing?
Exactly. And, so now they got the interest back on, okay, Russo's back. Like, what's he doing again?
Yeah. Styles and D'Lo was, I would say, a very good match. Not very good. A good match.
I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest. I mean, it started off like, okay, really? We're really going to do this right now? And, like, I was not into it. And then, like, it picked up, and I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
When you do a standing springboard to the top rope and do a moonsault, kind of just wakes you up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, and the end like sequence of Jarrett Gilberti was pretty good. I mean, he hit his finisher, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And now, in my mind, did I know that Gilberti was not winning that match? Yeah, of course I did, because it's fucking Glen Gilberti. But, like, they still had me believing that there was a chance. And, you know, full disclosure, if you're a new listener specifically, we've mentioned it before, I haven't seen, at least in the entirety, most of these shows.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. For all I know, Glen Gilberti could have just won that belt, and especially after the news we just read that there was supposed to be a three-way between Gilberti, Styles, and Raven next week. to determine a number one contender, that could have turned into the title match. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that would have been quite an interesting direction to go in if Gilberti was your champion. But, nobody buys the shows anyway, so it wouldn't really hurt nothing to have Gilberti on there as your champion, I guess.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But fear not, it didn't happen. So it's okay. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so I guess going back to what you asked, where am I for this? My gut wants to say down because a lot of it was not great and there was like not a lot of stuff, but like the end, like 45 minutes to an hour really picked up. So I almost want to say I might be more in the middle for this one. I can't give it a thumbs up because overall I didn't love this entire show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle.
All right. I'm going to go with a thumbs down. Styles and Brown was good, but it's not a show saver. And Jarrett Gilberti is probably better than you expect, but it's not great. And really, the only other thing is like, oh, cool, Russo's, what do we get out of Russo? But if I had spent $10 on this show at the end of it, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It wasn't really worth the $10. So I'm going to say it's a thumbs down. But again, like I said, I'm hoping next week we get answers from Russo and his whole objective here. What is he doing? And despite this being not a great show, and I give it a thumbs down, the fact that next week I know it's going to be Jarrett against Raven against AJ Styles, that alone, I'm going to buy that show.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it for me too, is like that excitement. It was like, even though, of course, that's leading to next week's show. But yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. That's why I'm still like tilting down. So, overall, it was not a great show. I think it's pretty safe to say. Even the 6-man, the opening match, like I already forgot that happened because it was not great.
Yeah,
so for example,
Yeah, I didn't really get the point of that either.
And we could pick apart anything in this. I think there's the other positive is America's Most Wanted is hopefully getting a tag team title shot against Triple X at the anniversary show. Fingers crossed. We'll find out next week.
It's either them or David Young and Tracy.
Dude, with these people, who knows? Who knows? You know what's going to happen is David Young and Tracy are going to win. America's Most Wanted is going to hate each other, and they're going to face off each other on the anniversary. Or some shit like that, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because that's what we want.
And I haven't looked at the card for that show, and I'm not going to look at the card for that show. I hope next week we fucking know what's going to be on it, so I don't have to look at it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't either, man.
Funny that you're trying to Tracy and David Young. If that happens, I swear to God. All right. Well, that's all I got for this week. It's a thumbs down show, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. So what do you have, Dallas?
Nothing else either, because I agree with you. I think we talked a lot, and I'm looking forward to next week. Ready to get closer to the anniversary show.
Yeah, well, next week, it's Jarrett against Raven against AJ Styles for the NWA World Title. It's a match that we've been looking forward to since Raven came in here back in January of 2003. So we are a week away from that, and I hope that you guys listening will join us, and maybe you guys can hunt it down. Maybe that match might be on their YouTube channel or something. I don't know.
If it is, I'll try my best to give that a share.
Yeah.
Once we get through.
Yeah, I would say try to maybe find that show or at least that match to follow on with us. But of course, you don't have to, because that's why we're here, because we commentate on it and kind of give you guys our live reactions to it. But until next week, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
With the